Jeremy has really nice dice as well.
True. I have alright dice, but all of my dice are in my actual Dungeon Master's bag with my books and stuff. I have a set that Thomas got me, minus the D8 because I left it at his place last time. This is what I'm using.
Ooh, I'll move mine out of the way. Welcome in, Lauren. Great to see you.
They were a gift.
They were a
So
gift.
I'm utilizing them. Ooh.
They're nice.
Pretty.
Jeremy has it's like stone carved dice. It's what crystal is it made out of?
Amethyst?
Amethyst. He has amethyst dice, which are really cool.
They're very nice.
I'm too scared to spend money on nice dice, so I'm just content with the pretty colors that are on mine for right now.
That's fair.
So
Give me that blue and black D20 there you got. Let's make sure that's nice.
looks like sea glass, super pretty. It is nice.
Thank you.
Thomas has a set of liquid dice where it's like a glass or like a clear plastic on the outside, and there's liquid on the inside with like, I forget, some of them have like suspended like sparkles in them. Some of them have like little like nature scenes in them, and you spin them up and it mixes up the inside like a snow globe. It's really cool.
He gets a new set every time he goes to a convention, pretty much.
I am over here now. Welcome back to TikTok, Amelia Louise. Good to see you. Dice cam died, I think. Nope, I just turned it off. I can get it back.
Comes back and goes.
It's because it's being a little bit shaky. I'm not going to keep it up the whole time, so I will just turn it off. Mostly, when I make an important roll, we will turn the dice cam on so that you guys can see the results of it more clearly, be more engaged.
Oh, what's up? TikTok's all flooding in. W Canada. What's up, Caitlin?
Yo.
What's up, Molly? What's up, Aaron? What's up, Prince? What's up, Noah? Whoa, so many people.
Welcome in, everybody. We are back, actually live this time. Hopefully,
live.
we will not be taken out by any storms this time around.
We're good to go.
Doing our D&D one-shot special. Holy
We're
moly.
doing a little. We're testing some things out. We're testing some things out, and to do that, we made a little D&D one shot. I'm gonna be our dungeon master, our lead for today. Chat, if you have never played D&D before, do not worry. This is designed to be in a way that everyone can enjoy the next 3 hours or so, no matter your skill level. And if you are new, you can always make your way over to our Twitch, where there will be a lot more resources to help you through it.
Yes, so if you're watching on Twitch right now, this will make sense. If you're watching on TikTok, you won't be able to see this, but if you're watching on Twitch, I have buttons that when I'm going to be using abilities like sneak attack, as I'm playing a rogue, it will pop up on screen saying the name of the ability and give a little description of it that I just copied and pasted from the rules.
Yep.
So,
Can't fit it on TikTok, which is why it's not there.
this isn't like perfect so far. I don't have everything, but you'll kind of catch on to some of the main stuff like, oh, that's how you attack, that's what a bonus action is. Some of the stuff you just explain will be explained as we play, but yeah, most of the abilities you'll see me use during this. If you're watching on Twitch, it'll have a little explainer in the corner just to help everyone out. Yo, Blessy sent to heart me, Aaron Nicole sent to heart me to go popular, and Louisa sent to heart me. Thank you.
Storm just showed up here. Do I just forward to you all, or Kelsey?
No.
If the storm knocks out our power, I'm blaming you. All right.
Kelsey, get out there and stop it, okay?
Put your hand up, say no.
Like broom, swing, blow the storm away. I'm sure I'll catch on. Yeah, it's pretty intuitive, and this is, we are trying to do a simple version of this.
At the end of the day, it is going to be 3 hours of us rolling dice and having a funny story that chat can witness. And you know what? Even participate in some, because we wanted to keep the wheel because people like that, but we made it special today. Okay? Let me grab it, because this will be chat's part if they're interested. We have this gorgeous wheel.
The classic wheel.
If we hit our dono goals today, during our campaign, we're going to spin this wheel, and there are special custom encounters and custom little things that will happen depending on what we spun on this wheel. And I'm not going to get into too much leaks, but, you know, in my notes, they all have this stuff, and I've given them names on the wheel. And every single name is based off of corporate buzzwords.
I'm a little bit scared. I actually haven't read this myself yet. I've been kept on the dark for most of this.
So we'll get to this later, but just know the dono goals. I think we even lowered them a little bit today to make up for the fact that we weren't here yesterday. If we hit them, we'll spin the wheel, and we'll have little fun special encounters thanks to Jed.
Jeremy says, don't worry guys, I'm standing outside the studio with a large metal pole. I'll make sure the storm leaves him alone. Thank you, Jeremy.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Our moderator's taking action.
Absolutely. Country Mozart says hi. Say hi to Ghosty for me.
Early live today? Indeed. We don't know how long this is going to take, so we're starting a little bit early.
Starting a little bit early to give us the best chance. So it's going to be one shot. Hopefully it will be all wrapped up and buttoned by the end of tonight, which will be very, very good. I'm very excited. I'm very nervous.
I know.
I've DM'd for a very long time, but never on camera before.
Yeah, first time doing something like this.
First time doing something for this.
Nerve-wracking. No.
Do we just get into it? What do we do? Do we start? Do we begin?
I guess we might as well. Do you want to set the scene for us? What's going on?
I will. Ghosty, can you start the vibes playlist for me?
May fall asleep because I'm ill, but will still be here regardless. Oh, sorry you're feeling bad, Molly. Hope you feel better soon.
Hope you feel better. Well then, you know what? We're gonna lull you to sleep with the story tonight.
Big fan of the craft paper. D&D staple.
Song you want to cue in on?
No, just let the playlist start rolling. I don't have any plans for that.
It's a huge dynamic range, so I'll try to find one that I actually like.
Yeah. I like I said, I just grabbed you a playlist, so I didn't super curate it.
Tom says just send the storm towards Britain. All right, everyone, start blowing the storm towards Britain. Whatever you got, big fans.
They're used to it. They're used to it. All right. Shall we begin our first session of D&D?
We shall.
Mark, our first session of D&D ever, our first one-shot, begins in a dungeon. Dungeon of the Lich Queen.
Oh, not Dungeon of the Dragon.
Not Dungeon of the Dragon, I know, I'm throwing it off. The Lich Queen has existed in this land for a very, very long time. Centuries upon centuries. She has crafted this long and dangerous dungeon that travelers and adventurers have come to over the course of years and centuries and decades, all trying their luck and failing to take out the Lich Queen and secure her treasure. Now, over these years, you have seen adventurer fall after fall after fall, because you yourself are not an adventurer.
I'm not.
You are Tom Gobble. Goblin Guard number 420.
Wow, you had me pick any number.
Yeah, I had you pick any number and you chose 420. This is on you. You made this happen.
It's crazy that you chose 420.
You specifically chose 420, Mark. And being a Goblin Guard, you have woken up in this dungeon day after day, guarding it, sharpening the spike pit spikes, cleaning up the dead adventurers,
Stabbing off intruders, making chat with the other Goblin Guards that exist within inside. You yourself have taken great pride and honor in keeping this place safe. These moist, damp halls of the Lich Queen's dungeon, full of necromancers who come in and practice their dark arts in the Lich Queen's inner sanctum, where they are protected from the outside world. Now, normally the dungeons are up in arms of people chatting and talking and going crazy, but today, Mark, you've overslept. Oh gosh.
Tom Gobble has
no.
overslept for the first time in forever. And Mark, when you wake up in this dungeon, you experience something that you have never experienced before. Complete silence.
Oh geez, this isn't good.
So Mark, paint me a picture. Tom Gobble.
Okay.
What does he look like? What does his room look like? You've carved out a part of the dungeon that's all to yourself. What does it look like as you wake up to this silence?
I mean, Tom Gobble, he's just your average goblin. He is dedicated to serving the Lich Queen and the dungeon, and really, you know, just being a non-squeaky cog in this machine. Tom Gobble's room, it would be pristine, a few motivational posters on the wall, like an artistic illustration of the Lich Queen saying, "Do it for her." And Tardy overslept. That this is not Tom Gobble's way. So he would be stumbling out of bed, going, oh, geez, oh, would you look at the time? Oh, I gotta get out of here. Rush into his closet, grabbing his helmet, his gear, his little sword, ready to stab off any intruders, and he would be rushing out to get to his post.
All right. So as you rush out to get to your post, in this silence of the dungeon, you look around, and normally it is a hustle and bustle of people getting their morning brew from the cauldron, getting set up at their stances, maybe cleaning off any of the adventurers that had came in and been defeated the night prior. But for the first time ever, again, completely empty. The archaic cave walls of this dungeon that have been carved out and placed with the Lich Queen banners are still, as no noise bounces off the echo of this cave. And the posts that are normally filled with goblins doing anything from playing poker to having their morning cauldron brew are abandoned and empty.
Oh, jeez, did they go on a field trip without me? The one day. I would be rushing out, and I presume notably I have never seen these empty before.
You have never seen these empty. In the dungeon, it has always been a cavalcade of noise and merriment and amusement that takes place, but you just see empty plates, you see long abandoned games of poker, you see just a lack of anything. No skeletons or zombies moving around the dungeons as the necromancers practice their arts.
One day late and everything falls apart.
One day late. It's like no SpongeBob day in SpongeBob SquarePants. You've been left in Bikini Bottom all alone.
Tom Gobble would drop to his knees and say a quick prayer, just out of being scared of what's going on here, and say, "Oh, Witch Queen, please don't let this be the end of the dungeon. Please don't let me have missed some horrible adventurer taking you out. Also, thanks for the heart man to go popular, Jenna for the heart man to go popular. I can see those in prayer mode.
I can see those in prayer mode. Tom Gobble's got a couple screws loose up there.
Yeah, he's a little crazy, and I guess I'd make an investigation check to see if I can see any signs of people who are here before me, maybe where they would have gone to.
Absolutely. I see someone asking, how do you play this? Is the perfect opportunity. Mark, when your character wants to do an action in D&D, you're well aware of this. Mm-hmm. You have stats, which can be seen on our Twitch currently, that show off how good your character is at various things. When you want to do something, I, the DM, will tell you very simply what you're rolling for, and you will look at your paper, look at that stat, add whatever number is on there to what you roll on the dice, and that's what happens. So for example, you want to investigate around the dungeon and try and figure out if there's any clues to see where people has gone. Mm-hmm. So what is your investigation? You get a bonus or a disadvantage to your investigation?
My investigation is +3. It's based off my charisma, which is a +1, but I have an additional modifier to it,
Perfect.
Bringing it to +3.
So as a DM, I think of a threshold in my mind that I need you to pass when you roll. So for example, the threshold of success that I would give you is a 10, right? Mm-hmm. I think you need to roll a 10 or higher on that dice in order to do it. You get a +3, you said?
Yes.
Which means the actual number you need on that dice is a 7 or higher.
Okay.
7 or higher on the dice.
So I'm gonna roll, and I need to get a 7 or higher on this, or else I get bubkiss.
As you get bubkiss.
Ooh. Okay, that is a 6. So I am 1 away.
So you're 1 away. You're 1 away. Now sometimes I might tell you what you need, but in this instance, just to establish what's going on, I will. You need a 10 or higher, +3. That is a 9. Which is 1 under the threshold that I gave to you.
Okay, so I presumably don't find much.
So as you're looking around this dungeon, you're sweeping the cave wall, trying to figure out what's going on, investigating it. You see the poker games left behind, and there's no clear indication where people have gone up and gone up. There's no notes left behind. There's no evidence left behind. It seems as if people have just been raptured away from whatever they were doing. And to your knowledge, the only person that would know of something to this degree of what would happen would be the Lich Queen herself.
The manager of this dungeon.
The manager of the dungeon.
The big boss.
The CEO, if you will.
Oh, how many times have I met the Witch Queen before this?
0.
0.
0. You've never even been to her inner sanctum deep into the dungeon.
Well, I guess now it's as good a time as any to make a first impression, so I'll make sure my armor's looking spiff and clean, presentable as a good goblin should.
Of course.
And I will briskly start walking deeper into the dungeon, heading off towards where I guess I believe the Lich Queen to be.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, for a normal adventurer, Mark, this dungeon is very, very dangerous. All right, it is a trap-filled, guarded hazard area that most people tend to either die, fall victim to severe injury, or get captured by the various guards that reside in this place. Luckily, you have lived here for a very, very long time, and because of that, you know that there are plenty of ways to get around this dungeon completely safely. So, in order to get your way to there as quick and safely as possible, go ahead and make me a survival check.
Okay.
This represents how good you are at tracking, remembering the different routes for this dungeon, finding your way through it.
Tom Gobble is actually notably good at survival, so I have a +6 to this roll. So whenever I get on this dice, it's going to be this +6. I'm hoping for something good here. Okay, 15 + 6, that is a 21.
21! That is very good. That is amazing in terms of dice rolls. Anything above 20 is fantastic. So, when you've lived in this dungeon so long, you know for a fact that there is a back maintenance tunnel that a lot of the goblin guards use to maneuver around and get through very quickly and avoid some of these trap and spike pits. And that lets you circumvent a lot of the hazards very quickly. And you know, adventurers don't take this because it's always flooded with guards, but you being one of the guard, it's a perfect opportunity to go in and manage, right?
No problem.
No problem. So you make your way, it's like this little wooden hatch that's set up underneath of a table in kind of the main guard area that you are, kind of like a couple barrels surrounding it and hiding it so that people can't really see it very easily. You knowing where it is, remembering it, finding your way there, scoot the barrels out of the way, lift the trap door up, and start crawling down with the ladder into the tunnel below.
I wanted to add my stats over on TikTok, so I'm sorry. I was adjusting those real quick.
Ooh!
So at least now a little bit more apparent.
Gorgeous,
I'm gonna have to turn off
gorgeous.
the marquee over on TikTok, but I'm gonna keep that like that for now. If that works for you, Borghost?
Works for me.
Okay, now it's a little more apparent on TikTok what we're actually doing here.
So, as you make your way into this maintenance tunnel, it is covered with debris. From broken swords and shields to like half-eaten chickens and their bones just kind of discarded and thrown in here, to anything from just like torn up banners to just the remains of skeletal warriors and stuff that have just kind of been stacked up neatly in a pile, which is not at all out of the ordinary because, as you know, goblins, they're not like the best at keeping things clean. They do the 12-year-old method of sweeping everything under the rug in order to keep everything else spotless, and this maintenance tunnel is where a lot of it winds up.
Okay, so when I enter this tunnel and I see skeletons and swords and all that stuff, I'm not surprised to see that. I'm
Not at
expecting
all.
this.
Not at all.
Okay.
A day does not go by you don't see a stray bone or skull lying on the floor somewhere. All right.
You get stray bones around here.
It's stray bones. That's you know what? That's what happens when you live in a Lich Queen's dungeon. Mm-hmm. There be liches.
There do.
There be skeletons, there be zombies. So making your way through, you get to the far end of this maintenance tunnel. All right. And normally with this maintenance tunnel, there is some security on it, especially as this is the door that leads further into the dungeon, that there is a little knocker that is in the mouth of a skull on the door. And as long as that knocker is in there, you're able to knock on the door and magically it'll open itself and be essentially a lock and key system. Mm-hmm. But as you get here, you notice that the skull on this door is not only missing the knocker, but smashed and slightly broken. Enough that it's still there and you can still tell what it is, but you see cracks in it, you see it chipped, missing a few pieces.
So the door is intact, but the
door is
knocker
intact,
is not.
but the little loop that you would grab onto and then knock on the door, like people have it in their houses and stuff, you see, like fancy regal stuff, that is currently missing.
Okay. Can Let's see. I guess, can I investigate to see if I can see, like, pieces of it on the floor? Maybe a sign of what it was that destroyed this, if it was brute force, if it was magic, if it was anything like that.
Yeah, go ahead and give me another investigation check. Looking around, discovering clues.
Tom Gobble will give a little, oh geez, this is not in my payroll.
And keep in mind, don't kick the bones while you're in there.
Don't kick the bones while I'm in
Don't
there.
kick the
I'll be
bones.
very careful to not kick the bones. Okay, so if that's investigation, that is a +3, so that is a 14 that I roll.
14, very, very good. So looking around very quickly, you can see that there is a couple scratches on the door around the knocker, as if something had been like attacking the door, but notably the knocker itself does not have any of those scratches on it. Instead, it seems like specifically the knocker or the skull that is on this door has blast marks across the side of it.
Okay, and to my knowledge, I can't open this door without the knocker, correct?
I'll let you make another check. Make an intelligence-based check.
Oh, I was gonna say I could just try the handle. See what happens.
Oh, yeah, by all means. You can try the handle.
I'll give a little courtesy knock, like, Lich Queen, hello, Tom Gobble here. One of the lower rank employees, just stopping by, something seemed wrong.
So you're stuttering, Tom Gobble here, excuse me, as the entire time the door is locked and the thing isn't going, excuse me, put the lever, not working.
Oh, jeez.
And no response, you don't hear anything.
It's like ears to the door, don't hear anything on the other side.
Don't quite hear anything.
Could I, try to maybe grasp at the remains of the knocker, like where it was, like little hinges, and kind of like mimic the knocking motion?
Yeah. Go ahead and make just like a basic Arcana check for me.
Let's see.
Arcana represents just magic in general. It's your knowledge of it.
So I have a +0 to this roll, so whatever on the dice is just what I get. Oh, okay, that's really good. That's an 18.
18! So you roll really good on this. So while you're not super knowledgeable about magic itself, this specific one you are very knowledgeable about based off an 18. And what you can gather from this kind of setup is all that really matters is that there is something in the skull that you can use to make contact with the door. It's not the specific ring that gives it the magical properties.
So if the skull is destroyed, it seems to be no good.
If the skull is destroyed, it seems to be no good. But if the ring itself is missing, that part of the knocker, then it can still be fixed.
Okay, but the skull is destroyed in this instance, right?
It's just damaged. I wouldn't say destroyed.
Just damaged. Okay. So it could still work without the ring.
Yes.
Could I try maybe taking my sword and see if I can maybe jam it into the hinges of where the knocker used to be to kind of try to mimic that knocking motion from inside of the skull more?
Yeah. What check do I want to make? I'd say so because you are trying to finesse it in a way that takes a lot of dexterity. There is on your sheet something called sleight of hand, which kind of represents how nimble you are with small, delicate movements like that. So make me a sleight of hand check to see how well you were able to manipulate the sword up and down the mouth of the skull.
Okay, sleight of hand is based off my dexterity, so you can see on screen I have a +4 there. Let's see. Okay, that's not great. That's gonna be a 3 + 4, so that'll be a 7.
3 + 4 is a 7. So with you trying to find purchase in there, what you come to realize is your sword point is so thin and small and not at all designed to be kind of like looped into this skull. Because it has, the skull itself kind of has like the front teeth like welded shut, and then there's a hole on either side, kind of where you would have that hole in your skull around there, that the loop would kind of like loop into, and then you could pull up and down. So trying to get your sword into that hole, just like basically a stick fitting in where a ring does, is very difficult, and you're having an impossible time finding purchase inside of it.
Okay, well, I guess maybe I could look around and see if somewhere in this messy hallway of swords and bones and bodies and food, if maybe I can find the ring itself, maybe I'll have more luck jamming that back into place, kind of forcefully fix it.
All right, that's perfect. In this case, go ahead and make another investigation check as you search around through all of the random junk that has just been strewn across this maintenance hall.
I have a +3 to this roll. The campaign's gonna end here. This is just gonna be game over.
Tom Gobble locked behind the maintenance hall forever, unable to do anything.
Please?
Man, so after investigating around and looking, first off, you don't find the ring. That's the big thing.
I figured that.
You don't find the ring, but the other thing is just finding random junk. There's not even anything that even slightly resembles it in this place. I mean, you have chicken bones and broken swords and pieces of tapestry and banners that have been ripped apart, even like human bones and stuff that have been strewn around this essentially trash can maintenance hall.
Okay, so hear me out here.
Okay.
I'm taking the maintenance hall because it's a shortcut, right?
Yes.
Can I just backtrack and take the long way?
You absolutely can, but the long way is much more treacherous.
Well, I mean, I feel like that might be the only option I have. Let me take a look at any of the abilities I have that maybe could help me out here. I don't really think I have much. You know what? Tom Gobble does not give up without the old Gobble try. I did not last this long in this dungeon without giving the old Gobble try. I'm just gonna back up, gonna stroll back down this long maintenance hallway, and I'm gonna run full speed forward, and I'm gonna body check the door. I'm just gonna break it open. I'm gonna give it the old Gobble try.
Okay, yeah. You can absolutely do that. Go ahead and make me an athletics check. And this, you know what, chat, a lot of people are new. There's a grip. This is so cool. Never played D&D before. This is awesome. Thank you guys so much. We're glad that you're enjoying it. One thing to note with D&D is if you attempt a roll that the DM thinks is way more difficult than the average task, what they will say is roll with disadvantage. Meaning, roll twice, and whatever the lower number out of the 2d20 rolls you make, that is the one you take. So give me an athletics check with disadvantage.
A rogue with a barbarian's approach. All right, I'm gonna scroll back to the hallway. Tom Gobble's gonna say another quick prayer for luck. Please, Queen, let this happen. Also, thank you so much, Meows, for the heart me and Bunny May for the 100 scarabs. I did already check if the door is locked. And I'm gonna sprint forward with a disadvantage roll. So my first roll, 17. Hey, that'd be pretty good.
That's really good.
I have to roll again and take the lower number. Athletics is based off strength, which you can see is a -1 here. So I'm already at disadvantage. Come on, something good. Oh no! Oh no! That's a 1. That's 2 -1.
It's an unnatural 1, because when you roll a 1 or 20 on the dice, something big happens, but it's unnaturally a 1, 2 -1.
Okay.
So as you back up all the way at the back of the hallway, you eye up that door, shoulder ready, you land off it, you just sprint as fast as you can, charging, shoulder, contact with door, and just bonk, as you bounce off.
Well,
Like a little bouncy ball.
campaign's ending here. It's the dwarven door magic coming back to haunt me. All right, Tom Gobble's gonna rush off his shoulder a little bit bruised. Guess we're gonna take the long way around and just turn back kind of shamefully with his head down and kind of start walking to take the more treacherous path.
All right. Sad that the maintenance hallway is a little more jammed up than normal. You make your way out and have to face the dungeon proper.
I'm really wondering if this is what you intended to be the first stage.
Not at all. Not at all. Really upset that you rolled a 3 when you were doing that sword thing.
Yeah.
Really upset by that one, but that's okay. This is why DMs prepare notes. Because we know what's gonna happen.
There's gonna be a lot of improv-based stuff going on.
Exactly. So, look guys, it don't work out. I'm sorry for this character build, Omar.
More treacherous than a maintenance door.
So, you turn around. You turn back. make your way into the dungeon proper. Unfortunately, the magical knocker that unlocks the door lost to you, unable to take the maintenance hallway. You climb out, ready to press through the dungeon proper. Now you know the rest of the dungeon. You've been through this area before. You've sharpened the spikes in the spike pits that are about to come up. You have fed the scorpions that lay in wait in the areas ahead. You have been there before, ready to go. So, I am not going to have you go step by step through every single room that the maintenance hall was supposed to skip in the past, avoid. But it is still treacherous, and we still have to represent that in some way, shape, or form instead of going into 13 different combat encounters. Okay? So instead, what we're going to do is something called a skill challenge.
Oh, okay.
Where I am going to need you to pitch me skills on your character sheet that you think will be able to help you in navigating this dungeon. And you are going to need 5 successes in order to make it through the trials and tribulations of this part of the dungeon.
Okay. Let's see. Can I get close up on my character sheet here?
But notably, every time you fail, something bad is going to happen.
This probably isn't working great, but yeah, that's okay.
It's not resolving.
Yeah, no, I gotcha. Okay, well, I'll just talk through it then. Every time I fail, something bad will happen. I need 5 skills from my sheet that are going to help me through this.
Yes. Let's do. I have to write upside down, yeah?
Yeah, you might have to write a little bit higher on the board. Oh wait, no, that can be seen. Well, DM Corey, I think the first thing I'm gonna give you.
Sorry, ignore that.
I was gonna say, we can also write on the traditional whiteboards, and you have the erasers as well.
That's true. We need 5 successes here. Mark it with squares. We'll look at that.
All right, 5 of these squares need to be filled out. Well, first off, Tom Gobble is a bit of a survivalist. I have expertise in survival, which is one of the wisdom-based skills. Could I make a survival check to navigate through some of these traps?
Absolutely, I think that's a first good one. What's up, our Russian friend? How's it going? I think that is a very, very good first one to do. As you make your way into the spike pits, the very first part, you know you're gonna use your survival to try and find the proper path through them, make your way through it without having to hurt yourself in any meaningful way.
Chat's about to learn how unlucky Mark really is. Let's see. Yo!
That's unnatural 20!
Wow, that is a 20. That is the highest I can roll on this dice. Hell yeah, Tom Gobble, never defeated.
Never defeated. And you know what's really funny about that? That is probably the unluckiest time you ever could have rolled a 20.
Yeah, if I rolled the 20 earlier, I would have gotten through all of this.
Yeah, when you pitched up to say how bad you are at luck is when you roll a 20. That is the unluckiest time you could have rolled a 20. Absolutely, 100%. All right.
Bring it!
So,
Classic Mark throw.
classic Mark throw, natural 20. When you roll a nat 20 in D&D, it is absolutely the best possible outcome. Something good happens to you. You succeed no matter what. You do extra damage in combat. Awesome things happen on a natural 20. So, because you rolled a natural 20, I'll narrate this in a second, but we're going to count this as 2 successes.
Let's go. Tom Gobble stays undefeated, mostly.
So, Tom Gobble, as you go into the spike pit using your survival instincts, like I said, you know this dungeon. You've been through it a lot. You sharpen these very spike pits in this dungeon you are guarding, being Goblin Guard number 420 and all. You course. Make your way, crawling around the spike pits, making sure you're not going to get nicked by any of the sharp points, absolutely masterfully. And as you're making it towards the end, you remember that there's a little hatch to get to the back of the scorpion area so you can avoid them and not get bit, and you can drop their food off safely. So you even make your way into that extra little safety hatch, crawl around, drop a little food into the empty scorpion pit, mind you. As you make your way through out to the other side. Now coming across the classic Indiana Jones arrow dart trap, the one where you step on the pressure plate and they fire from both sides. You've been through this area before. What are you doing to try and get past this?
Oh, okay, getting past shooting arrows from both sides the moment it feels pressure. Okay, let's see. Well, perhaps, Stealth doesn't really work with this because it's pressure. Maybe could I use my dexterous rogue like goblin ways to make an acrobatics check to see if I can't shimmy on along, dodging the pressure plates, avoiding the arrows as they come.
Absolutely, that makes so much sense. So Tom Gobble is going to attempt to dance around these pressure plates and use his nimble goblin-like nature to dodge all of the incoming darts and arrows flinging past him.
Wonderful. Okay, this is based off my dexterity, so this is a +4.
Or you could do your acrobatics.
Well, yeah, but it's acrobatics based off my dexterity.
I see what you're saying. Yes, yes.
+4. Let's see. All right, that is a 10. That is a 10.
That is a 10. So that is going to be just shy of succeeding. So Tom Gobble, you are dancing your way through this, arrow after arrow flying. You're doing really good. You've been through this rhythm before. And you know, Tom Gobble, that up ahead, the last dart launcher is clogged. And there is not a single way that it's gonna fire because it's been clogged for how many years now. As you take one step forward and you remember as your foot hits the pressure plate, shit. Dana unclogged that yesterday. As an arrow comes whizzing out of it, hitting you right in your shoulder, you are going to take, ouch, 4 points of piercing damage as the last arrow
Have
comes
a
out.
whiteboard and marker. I'll keep track of my health on here. Thankfully, I have a lot of health. I have a good bit of health. So I started with 49.
How low is the lowest arrow hole? Oh, dude, it's definitely in. I mean, it's got to be at least in like crotch range for the average adventurer, so that's like perfect head height for Goblin.
All right, I took 4 damage.
Yep.
So I'm now at 45 current health.
Woo.
My max is 49. I'm at 45 right now.
Perfect.
Tom Gobble's gonna give him a ouch. Lee, thanks so much for the cap and what's the other one called? The love you so. Maggie, thanks for the heart. Me ouch.
Perfect, perfect.
Tom says weird things when he gets hurt.
He does. It's an instinct. It kind of just hits and he goes crazy with it. All right. So, unfortunately, not a success there. You did not manage to get through the arrow pit successfully, but you have another chance because a very similar trap is coming up next. The classic spears, the spear trap, the ones that come out from the ceiling and the walls in order to shish kebab anybody that walks through their room. Shink, 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 shink.
Are they like on a timer doing that? Or?
Yes.
Okay. What if I die here? What if this is the end of the session and it's just Tom Gobble fails?
Hey, we'll see you guys tomorrow at noon.
Okay. Noted. All right, they're on a timer. Let's see. I am going to utilize my insight as an insightful little goblin. I've been in these caves before. I know the timing. I'm going to make an insightful guess at the timing and run my way across.
Okay, I love that. Sure, go ahead and make me an insight check.
So insight is based off wisdom, but I have a bonus to it, so it'll be a +3. Okay, that's another 10, which last time caused me to fail. I'm curious, maybe it succeeds this time.
It doesn't.
Okay.
It doesn't make you succeed this time. So instead, you run into the spears. Again, a very similar thing as last time. As you are watching the timing, perfectly waiting for it, the spears shink, shink, shink. You roll in as you know that the top spears are coming. You get low to the ground so they can't get you. The side spears come, you flatten, T-pose. They do not get you in time. Again, roll, dodge. You have the perfect timing as you're crossing the move. Into duck and roll, into T-pose, into flatten, into roll, into flatten, into roll. As you come to the edge, you feel jubilant as you have not managed to get even nicked by one of these spears. Woo! As one spear from above you were not paying attention to, shink, hits Tom Gobble
right into my shoulder,
dealing 2 points of piercing damage as it only catches the back of your shoulder.
Oh, well, didn't expect to be this damaged before meeting a single enemy, but we're at 43 now. Oh, geez.
It's okay, Tom Gobble, it's okay.
Thanks, God.
As you go into the next room, this room, you know it is a poison gas that gets launched into the room to fill the entire things, to make people take some gross poison suffering, icky damage, grossness. However, the statues that unleash this poison miasma into the room only do so if you cross through their line of sight.
Okay. Well, as a rogue, I am very good at avoiding line of sight. So I would like to use my expertise in stealth to sneak around, staying out of their line of sight.
Absolutely. So you are now going to, what is your stealth modifier, might I ask?
Plus 10.
So your character is really, really good at stealth. He gets plus 10. So you're going to roll that d20 there, add 10 to it, and hope that it beats the imaginary threshold that I have in my head.
So chat, I'm pretty sure the threshold number is 11 that we need to get to, meaning the only way I could possibly fail this is if I roll a natural 1. I am so good at stealth. There is no way in hell that I possibly fail this. That's a 10. Let's go. Unnatural 20.
There's unnatural 20. That is perfect as you stealthily manage to sneak past the eyes of the statues as their little stone eyeballs are ticking around, looking, examining the room. You use your expertise in being stealthy, a little sneaky little goblin guy, and sneak underneath of it and going into the next room.
Tom Gobble would have retired if that didn't work. So do I get one of these checked off now?
You do get one of those checked off.
Oh, thank goodness.
Somebody said, is bro learning or teaching? It depends on whether or not who needs to tell chat how the rules work. If he needs to tell chat how the rule work, he's teaching. If I need to, he's learning.
Finally making it through one of these unscathed. Tom Gobble is going to give thank you so much. And also thank you, Bunny May, for the 101 scarabs and Ames for the heartbeat and the Go Popular. Thank you.
Now, just as a reminder, as Tom Gobble enters the next room of swinging blades, another classic dungeon encounter. That we have the dono goals today, and the wheel is slightly different. Let me grab it over here just to show them off. Oh my God, so fun, so cool. Today on the wheel, we're not playing Codenames, we're playing Wavelength. So instead, the wheel is filled with special encounters that Tom Gobble will come across depending on what it lands on.
Ooh, I'm noticing lunch break here. Let's aim for lunch break. Tom Gobble could use one of those.
They're all corporate buzzwords disguised. We got AI, Synergy, Deliverable, IT guy, water cooler, leverage. There's some good ones up there. All custom encounters that are planned if we hit those. If not, Tom Gobble is just going to keep making his way to the inner sanctum. Whoa! So, swinging blades coming down. Timed just like the spirit traps.
Okay, alright, well, I gotta try something new on my character sheet. You know, I'm used to having magic. I usually make a lot of characters that have magic. It's my first time ever making a rogue. Okay, well, my insight as a goblin did not work. Perhaps I could make an investigation check to see if I can notice any abnormalities in the swinging pattern. If that will give me an excuse or a timing to slink across these.
So I will say, looking and watching them for any abnormalities is less of an investigation check and more of a perception check.
Okay, I can do perception.
Then let's do a perception one. Let's see it.
Okay, perception is also based off my wisdom, but I have a bonus to it, so it ends up being a +3. Let's see how we do here. Turn on the dice cam. Tom Gobble's gonna die here. That's a 9. I'm gonna die before even getting to like the tutorial part of what you wanted me to get to.
No, this is it. You're in it right now.
Okay.
This is in it.
Yeah.
You chose the hard tutorial. You've chose the tutorial if you play a game. I've done this one before. And you just go straight into it, all right? So as the blades are slashing, you're watching a perception and you notice that every third swing of the second blade, there is an opening where all of them are in the air at once. perfect timing. As you line up just like the door before and sprint through at the perfect timing as the second blade swings for the third time and they all come up. Only as you're going through, you're making it to the end, you realize that perception that you had of that was wrong, and in fact it is completely random and just pure coincidence that happened 3 times in a row as you get nicked by one of the blades going through, taking 4 points of slashing damage.
Wow, okay, that's gonna knock me all the way down to 39. I've taken 10 damage so far, 5th of my health. I was really hoping I would look all spiffy and nice for my first time meeting the Lich Queen.
No, you got your clothes are torn, they got holes in them, you got an arrow sticking out of your shoulder currently.
Yeah, I'm gonna show up looking like I got mauled on my way to work.
Exactly, it's perfect.
Well, nothing stops Tom Gobble as I keep trudging along.
So, that's 3 fails so far.
Yeah, is there a limit to how many times I can fail?
Yes, I was gonna say 5.
Okay.
So, if you get 5, I'll do this as well. Let me get the red marker out, just to give you some sort of saving grace here.
Sliced on the butt, I hope not.
Oh, these are terrible. I'm just making them circles. That's 3 fails so far.
Ames, thank you so much for the 328 scarabs. Hopefully that'll be enough to get Tom through the blessing he needs.
Tom Gobble says, coughing out blood. Thank you for the scarabs. All right, going into the next room.
Needs to call OSHA.
The deadly 40-foot pit.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Fool.
Now, notably, this room is a 40-foot pit that has been made because there was a lot of trees and foliage at one point that caused it to erode and drop into a bottom pit. So there's roots and stuff from the trees above that have grown into this part of the dungeon and have made it a very thick and lush room despite a 40-foot drop down.
Ooh, you said there are roots and vines and stuff growing. Could I make a nature check to try to find a path where I can climb along the vines and roots to skirt around the hole and not fall in?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead and make a nature check.
Okay, wonderful. Nature I have expertise in, so it's based on my intelligence. It'd normally be a +0 because I'm an expert in nature. I get a +6 to this roll. Surely, this is gonna be enough to get me across. Everything's coming up Tom Gobble. That's a 1. That's a natural 1. Automatic fail no matter what.
So I see somebody, Ames says, is Core trying to beat Mark, Mark is trying to win. Now, you might not be able to tell based off of this current encounter that we've just had. The way Dungeons & Dragons works is I'm just telling a story and Mark's living in it.
I'm fighting for my life.
If anything, Mark is his own enemy this game.
Classic Mark throw.
Much like a natural 20, a natural 1 is unfortunately 2 failures.
No, wait! Wait, that's everything. That's all of them.
That is, yes, that is all of them. That is, unfortunately, all of them.
What does this mean?
So, I will explain. Let me erase this, and then I will narrate what just happened here. So, Tom Gobble, in this room full of roots and foliage in a 40-foot pit, decides to get the bright idea, I can use my ability with nature to find the strongest roots that will allow me to climb across this pit and make it to the other side of this giant hole that has been caused from decaying foliage that it's kind of eroded away and left behind just this gaping tunnel. This is where you throw all your landfill and compost in this hole the Avengers don't really know about. So it just kind of keeps going down. So, immediately, you see it. The route that's going to get you to the other side. It's time. You grab one hand on the root, pull. Feeling pretty good. 2 hands on the root, pull. It's feeling pretty good.
I'm feeling good about this.
Tom Gobble starts shimmying his way across, hand after hand after hand, and about halfway across the pit, it does occur to you that because this room kind of formed from decaying plant life that is kind of rotted away, that maybe the plant life that you're clinging to, surely it wouldn't have suffered the same fate. Surely it has gotten weakened with like rot or anything like that. You think to yourself as you hear a snap,
Oh.
snap.
Gulp.
As Wile E. Coyote looks to camera, sign that just says help, you plummet into the 40-foot pit to the ground.
Dying instantly.
Die instantly, taking, okay, 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
5, not bad, not bad.
That could have been as much as like 20.
It could have been.
So you guys, was pretty good.
So I'm down to 34 life now. You know, I was really happy and excited to have 40 life at this level, because this is pretty good, but now I'm starting a little bit lower. We haven't even gotten to the story yet, like at all. Like, rule 1 was to get through the door.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm now at the bottom of the pit.
So I have good news and bad news.
Yay.
The good news is you know that this is the final room before you get into the beautiful, beautiful mess hall.
Maybe I could clean up a little bit.
The bad news is you are in a 40-foot deep hole.
That's been used as like a compost pit.
Yeah, there's kind of like banana peels and rotten like oranges strewn about. Again, a lot of half-eaten chickens.
So now I'm gonna be beaten, bruised, and smelly when I finally meet the.
Well,
the lich.
I mean, you're a goblin in a dungeon, so that last one's kind of a given.
Okay, that's fair.
So, what are you thinking?
Clean up a little bit.
I'm at the bottom of a 40-foot pit. Injured, but I know the mess hall is in the next room.
Yes.
I'm gonna do a Hail Mary shot first. Hey guys! Is anyone over there? It's Tom! Tom Gobble! Help!
Okay. You shout, screaming for help, desperate. You wait. Silence. No response.
Poo.
Ah, dang.
Okay. Ooh. Well, athletics isn't necessarily my strong suit, but at least now I know that the vines are bad. I do have an explorer's kit. Does that come with a rope? I didn't actually write that down.
I can double check for you real quick.
Okay.
I believe it does. I believe it comes with 50 feet of hempen rope, but let me check really quick. Explorer's Kit, D&D. Yes, 50 feet of hempen rope.
Okay. Maybe what I can try to do, this might not work great, but I could try to take some of my 50 feet of rope, tie it to one of my arrows on my short bow, because I do have a short bow, load it in, try to fire it up towards the top of the hole, seeing if I can get to stick, and use that slack rope to climb on out of here.
Okay, I love that. That is a phenomenal idea. We'll say that I'll have you make an attack roll with your bow to do this.
Okay.
I assume you're smart enough to tie tight enough knot around the arrow. I'm not going to make you roll for that. You're a guard. I assume you know how to do that. I will say the weight of the rope on the arrow will make it a little trickier to fire. So I'm going to take count of that when I think of the dice threshold. So I'm going to say, if it was just you shooting an arrow at the wall there, I'd say it would be a 10. But because of this rope added weight on there, I'm going to say what you need to roll on the dice is a 13 or higher.
13 or higher. Okay, I have a +7 to hit with this short bow. So
6 or higher then on the dice.
So this dice needs to land on a 6 or higher, and I'm golden. I'm out of here. I'm on my way to the diner, meeting that lovely Lich Queen that I appreciate so
Meet
much.
the Lich Queen.
6 or higher on this dice. Let's go. This is insane. Are you kidding? Like, people I think don't believe me when I say I'm unlucky until they see it in person. I should not have kicked those bones.
Don't kick any bones, Gar.
God, I'm trying, man. I'm trying to make the DCs low and reasonable.
I know, when you said 13, I went, oh, that's very reasonable for this.
He's gotta get out of this hole, man. He's
die.
gotta get out of this hole. As you wind up the bow, yes, perfect. Wrap wraps around. It's so funny because these are all missing by like one. These are all missing like by one. So as you wrap around, some adventures never begin, says Randy Fitz. This is one of those adventures you never hear about because it never goes anywhere.
Tom Gobble, more like Tom Goner.
You wrap the rope around the arrow, you line it up, you let it fly, you watch it go, it has the distance, it has the power, it even has the accuracy as it flies up and over. You hear a tink of the arrow.
Oh, I grab the rope, I give a little tug on it.
And immediately the arrow comes flying off the ledge and back into the pit with you. As the arrow did not take any purchase at all.
It's not coming up gobble today.
It's not coming up gobble.
Well, I guess. Maybe. I've never been down here. Maybe there's an exit door. Maybe they saw an exit door for like cleaning up occasionally. Not that it looks like they've done that ever, but maybe I can look around.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Why not?
Absolutely. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay, let's see. Investigation. I got a +3 to that. That's not too bad. 12.
12. Okay. So looking around, making your way out. Now, obviously, you're a guard of this dungeon, okay? You're a smart person. And the goblins here are smart. They know that they have to clean the pit, or if they get the loot out of the pit if the adventure falls in and dies, right? There's got to be ways out of this, and you do find a way out.
Yes, let's go. Come on, baby.
You find on the bottom a stash underneath some of the rotten food that are left behind by guards in case an event like this happens. You find some climbing gear and some pythons. Those metal sticks that you're able to stick into the rock when you go rock climbing. Unfortunately, it's not prepared and ready to go. But it's probably a better bet than shooting the arrow.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna take some time. I'm gonna put on the climbing gear best I can, try to look over how to use these pythons, and I'm gonna do my best.
All right.
To climb my way out, like Batman out of the well.
All right, Mark. You have the equipment.
I do.
This is good for you.
Yes.
It gives you an advantage.
Oh,
which,
wonderful.
As we discussed before, disadvantage if the DM thinks you're doing something that should be harder than the average roll. He gives you disadvantage, you take the lower dice. But in this instance, Jed, if he's doing something that I think should be easier for him, he gets advantage, which means he rolls 2 d20s and takes the higher one as his result. So give me, and I know you're bad at this, an athletics check, which is based off your strength.
Yes, so I got a -1.
With advantage.
With advantage. So I got a -1. I have a -1 to this roll, but I get advantage, I get to roll twice and take the higher number. It is time for Tom Gobble to lock in. Okay, first roll is a 9, -1, that'd be an 8. I need to do a little better than that on this next one.
All right.
Next roll, I swear to God. I'm counting it, whatever. I'm putting it down. That's a 16 -1, 15. The dice was cocked, but I'm done, I'm counting it.
I didn't see anything.
What do you think?
Chat, I didn't see anything if you didn't see anything. I didn't see anything if you didn't see anything. As Mark grabs his 2 metal pythons and starts climbing the side of the Cheating Wednesday, count it, I saw nothing. As Mark finally climbs out the side of the wall and pulls himself over, his little goblin arms just barely able to muster the strength to get him over the lip onto the dungeon as he...
This is the greatest achievement of my life, and we haven't started the adventure yet.
We have not started the adventure yet.
Alright, I'm gonna claw my way over to the mess room door and throw it open and see what I find inside.
Alrighty, you do just that. And Mark, I will say, you're looking a little worse for wear right now. You're looking a little tough. But I should mention that we have the wheel I mentioned before, that if we spin it, good things happen. We get to do fun encounters. If we hit, I think it's, what are the goals? 3,000 scarabs on TikTok, 10 subs on Twitch, and what's YouTube?
And I believe, $5 super chats.
$5 super chats on YouTube. And I will point out, a lot of those encounters have goodies for Tom Gobble behind them.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, they're good. Some of them are good. That's
Chat
wonderful.
can be really mean and funny and not let you have a single one of those. Mm-hmm. I think that'd be hilarious, personally. I'm rooting for that. However, there are some good things up there.
Tom Gobble, stumbling his way to the door, is going to give another set of thanks. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ames for the 369 scarabs, Irish T for the heart me and 64 scarabs, Maggie for the 6 scarabs, and to the Lich Queen, who I will see soon,
So,
allowing me to get this far. Emerge from the hole victorious.
you emerge from the hole victorious, open the door into the Grand Hall. This is where the maintenance tunnel would have taken you. Okay?
Okay.
You make your way in.
I'm now at step 1.
You've now step 1. You've made it into the beautiful Grand Hall. Wow, phenomenal. You look around. This place, think the Hogwarts dining room, but less floating candles, more skull wax lanterns dotted around the room and kind of like a cave, right?
Okay.
Big ornate tables, big banners that fly down with the Lich Queen's colors and the sigils and symbols all throughout. You see kind of like this Lich Queen sigil is like a skull with this kind of like dark magic emanating and wrapping around it on the top and bottom. It's a very, very definitive sigil. It's very beautiful, very gorgeous. You see it every day. You see it all the time. It's your favorite sigil. You're one of her guards after all. This place is normally hustle and bustle with some goblins who come and get their food and enjoy their time in this grand hall, but it's mostly necromancers. This is really the farthest in the dungeon you have ever been, because it's the farthest you need to go. Going further into this dungeon, past these gigantic wrought iron gilded doors at the back end of the mess hall, you go into the inner sanctum where the Lich Queen and her necromancers are practicing the dark arts and doing those things in there. In this grand hall, however, people come, eat lunch, have a good time. You see necromancers from time to time raising skeletons and zombies and going back and forth, and it's almost always filled with that kind of shenanigans happening. But today, Tom, as you walk in, there are no necromancers, there are no goblins, but there are large amounts of skeletal remains, zombie remains, strewn and scattered all over the mess hall.
And unlike the maintenance hall, it's not normal to find skeletons there.
It's normal to find animated ones moving around, doing their thing, but not remains.
Now, can I check? Does this seem like signs of a struggle, which is why I'm seeing remains here? Like people have been killed.
I will let you choose your choice of investigation or medicine.
I'll go investigation.
All right.
So I have a +3 to investigation. Okay, that's gonna be a 21, my +3.
21. So looking around at all of these zombies and skeletal remains that are strewn about the grand hall here, capture!
Get jumped by a capture!
The daily Lich Queen alarm, letting them know that the guards have to solve their captures to make sure they're not just animated summons, goes off, and you quickly swipe it in order to continue your day.
No, it's a smart system.
It's a smart system so that there's no illusionary goblins coming in and taking over. Looking throughout the hall and seeing these skeletons, what you gather is when a skeleton is killed in combat, it deanimates. It just returns to bones. And when it is killed and the final blow hits it, normally the bones, since it deanimates, just ragdoll in a cone spray backwards. And as you are looking at all of these skeletons, all of the bones that are strewn about on the ground have that appearance to them, as if they have not just been like dotted around, but instead it was an animated skeleton who, when died, got hit and then bones scattered outwards.
Okay, so there may have been a struggle here. Well, you know, it seems like my Lich Queen may be in danger if that is the case. So being a little bit worried now, put a little pep in my step as I rush further down into the deeper parts of the dungeon that I've never been before. Trying to straighten my clothes the best I can, maybe squeeze some of my wounds shut to be more presentable.
All right. You get like some bones and stuff from the chickens that are left on the mess hall that are uneaten, and use it to kind of like stench a couple of your shirts closed and stuff like that.
Tom Gobble joined the YouTube chat and sent a super chat, Investigation 21.
Yeah, Tom Gobble!
Tom Gobble.
Tom Gobble in chat.
Let's go, Tom Gobble!
Also, thank you so much, Maggie, for the scarabs. Ames for the 500 scarabs. Meg's World for the 19 scarabs, followed by 75 scarabs, followed by 81 scarabs. Holy moly. And Ons for the 55 scarabs. All right, I'm done breaking character now.
You're fine. I want
Thank
to
you
read
so
this one
much.
chat message before we get back into it. Tom Gobble probably has less blood than a mosquito after a full dinner. Yes. So as you make your way to the back of this grand hall, where this giant wrought iron door, gilded with gorgeous, ornate sigils and drawings and runes all over it is, you know from your experience in this dungeon that this is no ordinary door. This door is protected. And the only two people that can get into it are necromancers using their magic, or under important circumstances where a goblin like yourself might need to go in there, there is a doorman named Jerry. Jerry the doorman. And you know what? You're in luck, because normally goblins aren't allowed in there for any reason, but you and Jerry go way back.
All right, thanks for looking up Tom Gobble.
You're pretty close with Jerry, all right? You're pretty good with Jerry, all right? So you're feeling yourself as you make it to the back.
Cocky, okay.
Well, now that you're stitched up, what is Tom Gobble looking like? He's got, you said you stitched up. What's the appearance we're talking? What's his swagger he's walking with?
Okay, so he's got some leather armor, of course, just for protection. But underneath the leather armor, he would have a nice, previously white button up. It might be a little stains, a little red with goblin blood now. Some nice khakis as well, looking very business casual.
Your little glasses.
Yes. They may have a little crack on them at this point, but situate them back up. He's a nice formal 9 to 5 goblin.
All right. Well, as you take your beautiful 9 to 5 attire and make your way up to the door in front of you, there is no Jerry.
Nope.
However, there is a note left behind.
Oh, please be from Jerry. Please be from Jerry. I'll take the note.
The note on the door, written in Goblin, says, "When to stretch my legs, Jerry."
God damn it! Well, is the only way out the way that I came?
No, it branches off into more areas attached to the mess hall, because there are more things that the goblins need to make their way to.
Holy crap, we just achieved the scarab goal.
Oh, perfect timing!
Tom Goblin may be getting the blessing that he needs. Maggie sent 3 scarabs.
Oh,
Mitch
perfect timing!
Sent 1,295 scarabs. The heavens open up to hopefully bestow a much needed blessing upon Tom Gobble.
So,
thank you all so much.
Whenever we achieve one of these goals on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitch, we're going to spin the wheel and a special encounter will occur. All these encounters are based off of various corporate buzzwords. So let's see which one we get.
Oh, please be good. Please be good. IT guy.
IT guy!
Oh, I could use that. A little IT help. Excuse me, mister. I think the door is broken. Maybe we could get that open.
Scroll down to my notes here. Give me 1 second.
W Mitch, winning Mitch.
So, Mark.
Spicy D&D.
As you were sitting there looking at that door, you pick up that note in your hand, you read it. I'm going to stretch my legs, Jerry. You hear, in this instance, a banging noise. Repetitive. Over and over and over again. Okay. Coming from a room adjacent to the mess hall.
Okay. Ooh. Is it behind a closed door?
It is.
Alright. It doesn't sound like they're knocking on the door, just repetitive banging.
It sounds repetitive banging. It does not sound like a door knock.
Alright, I will slink over to that door and see if I can't silently turn the handle and creak it open a little bit and peek through the crack to see what I see.
Okay, alright. Make a perception check for me.
Perception, okay. +3.
I'm gonna make you do 2 checks. So first perception.
Perception, alright. That is an 11.
An 11, okay. Then make a stealth check.
Stealth check. I'm good at stealth, remember? I got a +10 to stealth, so this is gonna be good. Oh, that's amazing. That is a 29. 19 plus 10.
Holy so I mean, anything even close to a 30 is almost unheard of. It does not happen.
Classic rogue shenanigans.
So, not even making a sound, so quiet chat doesn't even notice you do this. As you slowly open the door and peek in, and upon looking through the crack, you notice your IT guy, Larry.
Oh, Larry, wonderful.
Larry is currently a large, gray-skinned, lizard-like creature, about twice as tall as you, sitting in the cage, grabbing the head of a goblin that is currently this knocked out, unconscious something on the ground, pulling it through the cage bars, and is constantly banging it against the cage, pulling back, banging it against the cage, pulling back, banging it against the cage. Now, of course, IT guy is a gray, lizard much bigger than you. You know, of course, that stands for idiot troglodyte.
The idiot troglodyte
It's
guy.
the idiot troglodyte guy that you keep in the cage.
Okay, so that's why he's in a cage. I was gonna ask if Larry's normally in a cage.
Oh yeah, it's Larry. That's your idiot troglodyte. You gotta keep him in the cage. It's the idiot troglodyte. You can't let him go roaming around.
Can't let the idiot troglodyte go wrong.
Of course.
But the cage seems pretty secure, right?
Oh, it's a good cage.
It's a good cage.
It's a good cage.
Maybe that goblin just got lost in... That goblin is banging against the bars. That doesn't look like my friend Jerry, does it? The door guy?
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception check, okay. +3. That is a 6.
Well, currently, Larry's hand is fully wrapped around the face of that goblin as it's trying to, what you can safely assume is pull it through the bars. But no purchase. The cage is not deteriorating in any way. It's not being chipped. It is just repeating the same thing over and over again.
Well, I mean, maybe Larry knows something about what went on here. I obviously don't. I slept in. So I guess I'll open the door and reveal myself with a, "Hey, Larry."
Hey, Larry, as this troglodyte, which is literally what they're called, that's the name of the creature in D&D. This idiot troglodyte, Larry, is banging up. It drops the goblin. It looks at you. And the thing with troglodytes, again, these are these gray, long, slender, lizard-like creatures that are bipedal. Kind of got like a frill on the top of their head and little things that dangle from their chin. It kind of looks at you, and they can speak. The problem is they only speak in troglodyte.
Which I'm not studied in.
Which you are not studied in, unfortunately. But it looks at you, and it's got these things have very long fingers, kind of like a eye in the sense that their middle finger is much longer than any of their other ones. And it points at you. And in the troglodyte language that it speaks, it goes, and it points to the goblin on the ground.
Yeah, I see you're trying to get him through the bars there. That's not Jerry, is it?
He looks at you. He thinks for a second.
Oh, yeah. Real conundrum you got there. Hey, did you happen to see anything today? Anything out of the ordinary? It was his fault? Oh, yeah. So you want him in the cage with you?
And he points again at him.
Okay. I might take the little goblin body. I might take this over here and see if I can search for something that's gonna help old Tom Gobble get through. Oh, good idea. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna slowly get closer. I can try to grab the body.
Yep, drag it over.
Drag him over.
He's just kind of looking at you like,
okay, can I investigate this here body? Maybe see if it has something useful on it.
yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay, wonderful. A little morbid, but that's fine. Investigation, I have a +3 to this. Okay, that's a 13.
13. So first thing is you pull the body over and kind of flip it around to look at it. You find that in the front is just an arrow right in the heart, as it is a very dead goblin.
Very dead goblin.
It is a very, very dead goblin. No sign of life in this one whatsoever. The next thing you notice is as you're going through the pockets, rummaging through it, you find a couple gold pieces.
Ooh, yoinks.
Put around. The most important thing you find is a key.
Oh, wonderful. Wait, was this Jerry, the door guy?
No, not at all.
Okay, well, a key's good.
You see Larry go,
This is a key to your cage.
no.
Do I happen to know, does Larry in there tend to have any violent tendencies?
Make a history check.
History check, okay. Nat 20. Natural 20. Whew.
Natural 20!
Okay. This is the time I needed something like this.
Yes! So natural 20 is instant success. It is great success. So you know, one, there is zero history of Larry ever hurting a soul in this place. As a matter of fact, you see this goblin, the big thing you notice is Larry is just a lizard guy in a cage. This goblin died from an arrow impact.
Okay. All right, so it wasn't Larry who did it. He was just trying to get the key.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, of course, buddy, we're in this together, and I'll go and I'll unlock Larry's cage.
Oh, perfect. You go, unlock the cage. Oh, Larry. Oh, no! As you get close to the cage, though, as you get right up against it, put the lock, just this terrible smell coming off of Larry. Just this odor that permeates off of him. I need you to make me a Constitution save as you get close.
Oh, dear God. Constitution, I have a +3 in this.
Constitution represents the ability to withstand poison, diseases, your endurance, that type of stuff.
That's a 6. That is 3 + 3, 6.
So,
Spunky.
as you get close, immediately you get the key, about to put it in the lock. This waft of just disgusting odor hits you in the face, and you feel sick to your stomach. You can feel the lunch and breakfast from yesterday kind of coming up. Disgusting.
Not feeling too good.
This gives you the poison condition until your next roll.
Okay.
So after your next roll, it'll wear off, and when we get to your next roll, we'll describe what that does to you. But you kind of stop yourself from throwing up as you unlock the cage, and I assume quickly take a step back.
Yes.
Do that. Larry gently opens the cage. And goes, no.
He's Italian.
He is slowly shifting from so many different things. I can't use the same consonant and vowels over again. I keep trying and they keep changing. So as you do that, it opens up. Jerry grabs a vial. He looks at you. He grabs like an empty vial off of a table somewhere, looks at you, he takes it and he goes, spits in it, grabs a cork, pops it on, hands it to you.
Thank you, Larry.
Oh.
That's disgusting.
And Larry just walks off into the grand hall. You have been given a potion of troglodyte spit.
Okay.
This potion can be thrown. You can just remember this. I have this written down in case you need the exact ruling. But this potion can be thrown, and anyone in a 15 by 15 area is going to have to make a DC 12 con save, or for their next turn, they're going to be poisoned.
Oh, okay.
And it can be used as a bonus action.
Yeah. Ooh, that's very nice. Okay, I will make a note of that. Well,
as Larry walks off into the mess hall.
Okay, that was Larry the IT guy. Good to know.
And notably, that encounter was solely because of people who were so generous to us.
Yes, thank you for granting Tom Gobble the potion of troglodyte spit. This will be useful. Hopefully. If he survives long enough to meet an actual enemy.
There is a chance that doesn't happen.
Okay, well, let's now...
Wavelength updates.
Let's now... I'm still looking for Jerry, the doorman, who we go way back. Now, you said we go way back.
You go way back.
Do I know where he would typically go to stretch his legs?
Oh my god, yeah, you know exactly where Larry would go. Assuming you pass a history check for me real quick.
Oh, of course. All right.
Let's see how good of a friend you and Jerry are.
0 modifiers on history. 13? 13? Not bad.
You don't know of a specific place Jerry would go. You just know that there are a lot of rooms nearby that if you were going to go for a little walk, it would probably be the most likely place to go to. You're not going to go back through the dungeon. So there's a hallway kind of close by that has a couple like auxiliary rooms that are attached to it for various things that you would need in a dungeon. And your best guess is that Jerry would find himself in one of those.
Okay, well, I'll try to think like Jerry and start, casually taking a leisurely stroll, stretching my legs, walking around these rooms, see if I can't find him.
Of course.
I'll give little shouts at times of, Jerry!
Alright, give a perception check for me.
Perception? Okay.
What the hell is this game? It's Dungeons and Dragons, baby!
I have a +3 to perception.
Yep.
That is a 10 plus 3, 13.
13! That's perfect!
No, it's actually the downfall of Tom Goblin.
Oh, okay.
Mark's character.
That is true, yeah.
He's not having a very good time.
No. So you're shouting around, Jerry, looking for all the rooms. You peek into the basic sword room that's in there. Nothing. You go down the hall. It's the leather room where all the leathers are. Nothing in there. You go a little further down. It's where you keep all of the scrolls of random things that goblins write. Nothing in there. A little further, you get to about where the torture room area is. And you hear, oh, Tom, is that you?
Oh,
Tom!
Jerry, is that you?
Hey, it's me. I need some help, real quick, if you wouldn't mind. Just be careful.
Okay. Careful of what?
Just don't come in here too quickly.
Well, learning my lesson from everything it took of me getting here, I'm going to slowly approach, slowly put my hand on the door, gotta, ready to step back, creak it on open, and see what I see.
So first that one you were supposed to have disadvantage on, so we'll save that for the next roll.
Oh, with the poison.
Yes.
Yeah, the poison, okay.
We'll save that for the next roll. And it's probably good that we save it for the next roll, because as you open the door, you see in the torture room, spread across, of course, your various torture instruments that you would see in a normal fantasy setting. As you do. But on the far end, I'm not going to describe them too much in detail because TikTok. On the far end, you see 3 sets of medieval stretching devices. The ones where they would put your arms and legs in and they'd start twisting the knob up and down and it would start pulling it apart.
The rack.
And inside one of them, strapped, is Jerry.
Jerry? What are you doing there?
Tom, I went to go stretch my legs really quick.
God damn it. Damn it. Son of a bitch. I hate you.
And, I wanted to get into the good casual one, but I got into the super, like the casual one for us goblins to go like it quickly, and I got in the enchanted bad one. I got into the bad one, Tom. I got into the one that stretches me the closer somebody is.
They're all bad ones.
Yeah,
Jerry.
but the other ones have like a release mechanism. This one's like magic and bad. It's the worst torture device.
Jerry, I'm only doing this because we go way back. I will see if I can investigate and find a way to release the tension from Jerry's leg stretching device.
Okay, but it's the magic one that as you get closer, it stretches me more.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like a proximity-based thing.
Is there a
Sorry,
lever?
it's like a proximity-based thing.
Is there a lever that, in theory, if it wasn't stretching, that I could pull?
Yeah, over here on the machine.
On the machine.
On the
Okay,
machine,
on
that's
the machine.
right.
Gotcha. And is it a lever or a button?
It's a lever. It's mostly so that if you have like a weak, older torturer guy, they don't need the strength to crank it. They can just get close. It does the work for them. We're pretty equal opportunity here in the Lich Queen's lair. We like to make sure that the elderly can still participate if they want to.
Making sure the elderly can still crank it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. That's what half the torture instruments in this room are for, actually.
Okay, alright, so I can't get close to him. I need to find a way to pull the lever.
Yep.
Well,
That's right. I'm stuck in this stretching device.
right. Well, I do still have my rope. Maybe I can tie an old lasso, and throw it on the lever and pull it down that way.
Okay. All right.
Surely it's worth a shot.
Surely it's worth a shot.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead and make me an acrobatics check to try and see if you can throw it and pull it.
Acrobatics, that's based on my dexterity, so that's a +4. That's pretty good.
Jared, Tom's got mail.
That is a 15. 11 plus 4, 15.
Okay, 11 plus 4, you grab the lasso, tie it good, throw it, it goes soaring across the room.
Wait, I have disadvantage, don't I?
You have disadvantage.
Okay, so I need to roll that again.
You need to roll that again. That's
I
a
should
good
have
point.
reminded you of that.
You should have, because I was about to say it anyway.
I am poisoned, so okay. Oh, okay, all right. So I rolled an 11 and a 20. I go with the lower number, 11, so it is still 15.
It shows at 15, so we're good. We're good. You're fine. Throw it. You can feel your stomach start to settle after Larry's stench has finally left your nostrils as you focus now locked in on Jerry in front of you. Lasso goes flying through the air, around the lever. You pull it taut. The lasso clenches around the lever of the torture machine. Jerry's like, yeah, that's it. Now just give it a good pull and it'll release. Release all, and don't take a step forward, very importantly.
I'll lean back, and I'll yank it.
And just give me a raw strength check.
Raw strength, that's a -1.
It's a -1.
The pointing only works on TikTok. I guess Twitch doesn't know what I'm pointing at there. It's a -1.
All of them are over there on Twitch. Let's see.
All
Let's see what you
right.
got.
Come on, something good. Does a 3 do it? Does a 3 do it?
It soars. Takes purchase. Lasso tightens. You lean back in your shoulder. And it is not budging.
Okay, wait. Jerry the IT guy, or Larry the IT guy, is he still in earshot? Larry, strong lizard, Larry, please.
You run out and look, and you see the idiot troglodyte, your IT guy, who is currently mid-eating one of the leftover chickens, just kind of poke his head up.
Larry, please, I need your help. I need your help a moment.
He walks over.
Okay, all right. How far is this torture device from the door?
I would say it's a good 20 feet.
20 feet, okay. So here's what I'm gonna do for safety, because I'm not certain that I can convince or explain to Larry thoroughly enough that he can't just walk up to the machine. Because if he walks up to the machine, it's gonna kill Jerry. So I'm gonna say, wait right here. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna get the rope, which is 50 feet long, and just run it back outside the door. He doesn't need to step in and see what's going on, and hand it to Larry and ask him to give it a big tug.
All right, Larry walks up to you. You say that to him, and Larry goes, And he reaches behind himself. He grabs. Now Larry is like pretty much just like a lizard guy. He's got some folds in his lizardy body. He kind of just like reaches into a little fold there, and he pulls out like a little slip of paper.
Okay.
He puts it in your hand. It says IT, and then it has like a little line. Points to it.
A little line? Oh, it's an IT slip. Okay. I guess do I have a writing utensil?
Yeah, oh yeah,
okay,
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I would like you to pull the rope that I hand you. Please. Heart. I hand it back.
Flirty.
Oh,
Can he read it?
oh. And he grabs the rope that you gave him, he puts it away, and he gives it a big old pull.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Larry, the IT guy.
Now let me give a quick check here real quick.
We're running ads on Twitch real quick. And speaking of, Loki just subscribed with Prime over on Twitch. Holy moly, thank you so much. Taking money from Jeff Bezos' pocket and giving it to us. Thank you so much. As a reminder, over on Twitch, you have a little more clear view of the board and everything going on. It's a better viewing experience over there.
Agreed.
At least it didn't take him 2 to 4 business days.
So Larry is going to roll to pull the rope. Larry gets a +2 to his strength. Larry's a strong lizard.
Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness.
And with that, Larry grabs it and ka-chunk! You hear as the torture device, no light work, no reaction from Larry as he pulls that rope, no problem. And you hear ka-chunk! Chunk! As the handcuffs around Jerry release around both his legs and his arms. And it's, oh, thank God! I wanted to get a good stretch in, but that was absurd! Kind of like looks up into the corner.
He's lucky I like him. All right. You said I found some gold when I looted the original goblin. Can I give Larry a gold as a tip?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Tip the IT guy.
Larry looks at you. Oh, and then just walks off.
Oh, God bless Larry. Chat, you guys saved my ass by introducing him into this ordeal.
Yes. All right. So you moved off, did your thing. Mm-hmm. Jerry gets out of there. Oh, thank God. Wow, Tom, it is good to see you today. How are you doing?
Jerry, I've been better.
Really? What happened?
Well, I woke up late. Mm-hmm. I woke up late and everyone was gone.
No.
Everyone was gone.
Everyone?
Everyone. And then I went down the maintenance hall and I gotta go talk to the Lich Queen right away, and I got down to the end of the maintenance hall and the knocker was broke, the door knocker.
You don't say!
Yeah, and I tried everything. I prodded it with my sword, I hit it with my elbow, I looked around for the broken pieces, nothing worked.
Did you get the emergency backup knocker?
The what?
The emergency backup knocker!
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh my God, Tom!
You're telling me there was a backup knocker the whole
Actually, you
time?
know what? I think we lost that last week.
Okay, well, I feel a little better now because what I did next was I went the long way through the dungeon.
Oh, well, good thing you've had a lot of practice getting through there.
Yeah, and you know how the swinging blades, they have that little glitch where every third swing, they line up and create a big opening for you.
I didn't know about that.
Well, yeah, it's because it's not a thing. It's not a thing, Jerry.
Oh, Tom, you don't say.
Sliced it real bad. And then you know how there are those roots by the big 40-foot hole?
The one that are all eroding and starting to die?
Oh, I didn't know that, Jerry.
Oh, Tom. Well, it's okay, because we could just get one of the other goblins. Oh, you said they're all gone. Wait, every goblin's gone?
I was wondering if you knew why that was the case.
No! I saw goblins guard 63 the other day. Gone?
Gone.
What about goblin guard number 127?
If you're naming a number that's not 420, assume gone.
Oh, goodness, golly. Well, we gotta get to the bottom of this, Jerry. I gotta get back to my post.
You do. Hey, do you mind, since this is an emergency and everything, and I did you a little favor, we go way back, I got you off that torture rack, could you maybe open the door for me so I can get to the Lich Queen and figure out what's going on here?
Tom, you're asking me to break protocol?
I am Jerry.
Yeah, that's no problem. Let's go.
Okay.
And he makes his way over to the big door. And again, you see at the end of this grand hall, this giant, ornate, gold trim iron door with all of the Lich Queen's sigils and runes carved across it and put on top. He comes up to it and he goes, just give me 1 second here. Don't worry, I got it. Comes up to the door. All right, you're good to go.
That's it?
That's it. That's the knock.
All right. I'll grab him by the shoulder and be like, Jerry, thank you so much. Just like I want to give thanks to Mitch for the Heart Me and the Go Popular, and Ames for the 1,008 scarabs, single-handedly getting us a third of the way to the next wheel spin, which might help us out. Thank you so much, Jerry.
They're great. They're great goblins. They're great guys. Ames and Mitch are my favorite. They're gone too.
They're gone too.
No!
They're here in spirit. It's almost like I can hear them.
It's almost like the distant call of those other goblins gone.
And I will go through the door, getting one step further. An hour and 30 minutes in, finally getting through a door closer to where we started.
All right, perfect.
It's almost like I can hear them saying, I'm right here.
It's almost like their call is right there. Ooh.
True D&D style.
So, you make your way in to the inner sanctum of the Lich Queen.
I've never stepped foot this far, have I?
You've never set foot, you've never seen the interior of it at all, not even a glimpse of it. Not a single time, until now. Inside is this long hallway filled with rooms and libraries and even more ornate kind of gold trim along these stones. It is gorgeous. Everything that you thought of when you thought of the Lich Queen's inner area. With the small note of the amount of skeletons and zombies scattered across the floor is getting thicker and thicker and thicker in terms of not them as a person, but the amount. You're not seeing thicker and thicker zombies on the ground. The density of them is getting thicker and thicker all throughout. That should clarify.
Thanks for specifying.
You're right, yeah.
Oh man, come on.
I'm sorry. That would be weird.
Maybe deeper into the dungeon. We'll start getting the thicker zombies.
You shouldn't sound so excited about that.
We should keep looking.
We're gonna have to put you on a list.
Okay, well, I guess I'll... the Lich Queen needs me something, so alright, I will briskly be walking down this hall, trying to ignore how ominous everything feels around me, and just make my way deeper into the Lich Queen's lair.
Of course. With beautiful, these ornate libraries and books scattered throughout, you see like these intense rooms of study that these necromancers that come to join the Lich Queen stay in. As I mentioned at the beginning of the campaign, the Lich Queen's lair is a safe haven for people who want to come and practice the dark arts like necromancy and those type of things. Being a lich, of course, she's pretty cool with the undead. So necromancers from all over come in and practice and get better at their craft and hone their craft and tend to not leave or go anywhere else. As you're going, you start to see amongst these skeletons and zombies further into this cave, the first sighting of goblins, other than, of course, Jerry. However, all of these goblins are slumped over on the ground or dismembered in some way, shape, or form.
It's like actual corpses.
Actual corpses.
Do they seem fresh?
Make a medicine check.
Medicine check, alright. So that's based off wisdom, so I'll have a +0 to this. 19, that's a good roll. 19
is a very, very good roll. Sorry, Jazzy Julie says, almost sounds like Sylvan's Windrunner from World of Warcraft. I think this is a Hollow Knight soundtrack playing currently. You look at the corpse, examine it. You see the sword slashes in some of them, arrows in a few others. You see blasts of arcane in a couple, like radiant holy energy burned into them. And as you kind of feel some of these corpses, they still have this warmth that is very quickly fading from them. They're not ice cold, but they're definitely no warm and fleshy body. If you had to hanker a guess, I'm not a morticianer, so I don't know how quickly a body goes cold post-mortem. That's probably the word. I'm just gonna assume it is and move on.
Just throw her on the end.
I think it's just mortician.
I'm not a mortician, man. I'm not a mortician, man. I don't know how quickly bodies go cold after they die. But assuming in this world that they stay warm for a decent amount of time post-mortem, I'd say within the past hour or two, you could roughly assume is when these bodies pass.
Okay, I'll give a little prayer over my fallen comrades. In death, in your passage to the afterlife, may the Lich Queen be with you.
Of course.
And just know the blessing of Meg's world sends you 500 scarabs into the afterlife. Thank you so much.
And with a flurry of scarabs, the soul of the goblin moves on to the great beyond.
And seeing that they were recently slain and just everything going on here, I might try to stealth up a little bit, kind of stick to the shadows as I sneak further and further into this Lich Queen's domain.
Okay, make a stealth check.
Stealth check. This is the one I'm really good at, okay? This is the one I'm notably really good at. Plus 10 to this roll. It's a 4. So plus 10 is 14.
Okay. As you make your way deeper and deeper into this long spiraling inner sanctum, it is, I keep describing you going deeper and deeper into it, but that's because this is a very, very long sanctum. As this part is cut off, it's almost like a whole different dungeon in the sense that outside of this inner sanctum is where the goblins and scorpions and animals and normal things you would see in a dungeon exist, and everything past this point is almost like a school. It's almost like a place of learning where people come, so it has a completely different vibe, and it's almost constructed from the ground up to be that, right? Mm-hmm. So coming into here, taking this long walk through, after about 10 to 20 minutes of you creeping through the halls, seeing the deceased goblins kind of littering around, you come across the first couple deceased necromancers that you've seen.
Ooh, that's not good. Those are the tougher ones, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, that makes me a little bit nervous. But surely they wouldn't do any damage to my precious Lich Queen, of course. I'll keep. Actually, I might stop him. Maybe see. Maybe kind of check the pockets, see if the necromancers have anything cool.
Well, it's they wouldn't want to go to waste. They're all about recycling, necromancers.
Yeah, they want to recycle the items and purpose them for the Lich Queen.
Exactly. That's how they see corpses. So why wouldn't they see that with their belongings post-mortem? Mm-hmm. That makes complete sense to me. Go ahead and give me an investigation check as you respectfully check the pockets of the dead necromancers of the dungeon you protect.
Super respectfully, okay?
And what is your investigation?
+3.
So you get a +3 to this, same way you got a +10 to your stealth, because Mark is proficient and that is his stats. It's based off of your intelligence for this one, dexterity before. And that's how good you are at this.
Yes. Oh, that is a respectful 18 +3, 21.
21 is
big pocket,
good.
my dead friends.
21 is really, really good. So the first thing you find on it is a potion of healing on one of them.
Oh, that's really good. Okay.
Why is that so good, Mark? Why is that so good for you?
Because I fell down a hole. Because I fell down a hole on the way here, and I'm at 34 out of 49 HP.
He's hurting. Mark is hurting quite a lot. So, you find a potion of healing, which is 2d4 + 2 in terms of healing. Now, in D&D rules as written, it is an action to consume a potion once you get into combat and are doing a turn-based playthrough. However, in all my homebrews, you've experienced it, we do bonus actions for drinking potions. Actions if you're giving it to somebody else.
Yes.
So, I'll explain this again if you need it, but just so people know, if you ever take a potion in combat, it's a bonus action for you.
I might just eat that potion right away. I might just uncork that. Okay, this is needed right now. I've been doing bad today.
Then go for it. I will give you my second D4 over here if you just want to roll 2 of them.
Okay, so 2d4.
2d4
is what I'm rolling for this. This won't show up on camera super well, but that is a 1 and a 4, meaning 5.
+2.
+2, so 7. So I heal 7 damage, taking me back to 41. Still not max health, but I'm looking better now. I'm looking better.
He's looking good. Looking more energized.
Looking more energized, feeling good. Do I find anything else?
Yes, you find a couple more things on these necromancers. You know what I will say to you is I will go and grab something really quick if you want to thank anybody while I take a second.
Also, upon the body, I find 500 scarabs from Meg's World. Thank you, thank you. I may have already read that one. Kelsey Weasel sent 175 scarabs, followed by 172 scarabs. Holy moly. And it's not showing up on the aggregator, but I can see on the TikTok, AIM sent another 500 scarabs. Holy, thank you so much. Geez, we are very close to actually triggering another spin of the wheel, which may help Tom Gobble get out of another tricky situation as things are looking a little bad right now. I barely survived the hole, let alone whatever took out these necromancers.
It's okay, Tom Gobble, you are making it through. So Tom Gobble, the other thing you find on this is, I'm gonna give you a little, because you rolled so well, I'm gonna give you a random piece of treasure here.
Real quick, so much fun. I have to go, but do again soon. Have a nice night, Aaron Nicole. Thank you for being here. We may do something like this again in the future.
So, I want to give you a little bit of random bit of treasure here because you rolled so well.
Wonderful.
So go ahead and you're gonna roll me a D100.
Oh, okay, that's exciting.
And the way this works, if you want to give me these, I'll show these off on camera real quick. The way that this is gonna work is he's gonna roll these two D10s. This one that has the 0 on represents the 10 digit. This one represents the 1 digit. And I believe if he gets double zeros, it is a 100. And if not, if he gets like a this, it's just a single digit number.
Yes.
It's 1 to 100, not 0 to 99.
Yes. All right. So rolling a D100. That is 11. That is
11.
1 on the tens place, 1 on the ones place. That means I rolled out of 100, 11.
Oh my God, Mark! What great news for you! Because I'm at 11 on this chart. As you're picking around some more necromancer's pockets, opening some more bags and looking around, you find not only another healing potion.
Oh, thank goodness.
But it's a potion of greater healing.
Whoa. Okay.
Mitch coming in with a super chat on YouTube saying, I believe healing potions are banned in the 2024 rule set, but those rules don't exist.
Yeah, this is normal 5e. I haven't even looked at the 2024 yet.
And AIM sent 168 scarabs. Thank you, thank you. Finding them in the necromancer's pocket. And Meg's World sent an additional 80 scarabs. Thank you so much. Holy.
So that greater healing potion is 4d4 plus 4.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to
Very
save
good.
that one until I'm a little bit more injured, because that would be wasteful to use it when I'm only 9 points or 8 points below my maximum.
That's true, that's true.
Awesome. I'm so happy. I respectfully looted these people.
Respectfully, did exactly what they were, intended to do.
It's Cheating Wednesday.
And as you're going, as you're grabbing these items, you hear some commotion coming a little further down the hall, close to where the chamber is.
Gulp.
Little gulp.
Oh, gulp. Okay. Am I still stealthed up?
You're still stealth. I'm still using your 14 from before.
Okay. I'm going to try to creep down the hall a little bit further and see if I can't figure out what's going on over there.
So, creeping down the halls, you see, standing kind of in this open area, kind of like this study room area, in between things, you see a guy with a short sword, very basic clothes, kind of like a beautiful gold white sash around, kind of like this buzz cut, bowl cut thing going on up top.
It's Guy Gardner.
It's Guy Gardner. He's not, you know what, he is ginger. He is ginger.
Okay.
Ginger Guy Gardner, bowl cut, kind of monk cut looking going on. You can't quite tell if he's got the sunroof up top or not. With a short sword, just kind of back turned to you, poking a necromancer on the ground.
Hey, you can't do that.
Now, he's not paying attention currently. And it seems like he does not notice you yet. And I'm just reading, Mitch with a $5 super chat, 44 plus 4 equals 48. crazy budget. No. It's 4 space D4.
So dice with 4 sides is a D4.
D4.
4 of these, not 4T4.
4T4.
And AIM sent 399 scarabs, achieving the scarab goal right before I encounter an actual enemy. Thank goodness, this might help me here.
Now here's the thing. He's still gonna be here. He's not quite paying attention to you right now.
Just something else is gonna happen.
Something else is gonna be happening. Which adds to the drama.
Are there bad things on this wheel? Or are they all positive?
They're all encounters that at the end leave something good for you.
Okay.
Bad things can happen in them, but good things will always be coming the outcome. So what is that one?
Circle back.
Circle back!
Wait, that start at the beginning. What?
Oh no.
Oh no, this is scaring me a little bit. W aims indeed, Queen aims.
Oh my god. So, Mark, as this guy is standing there with the sash poking this necromancer that's dead on the ground here, you both are standing there watching as all of a sudden you hear this crumbling noise, and he kind of looks up and looks over towards the back of the room, not facing you, the other direction, as you watch some stone, like bricks in the wall, crumble, boom, 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 down onto the ground, into a pile in front. He kind of like looks at it weird, stops poking this deceased thing on the ground, and starts walking over to it.
Ooh. Okay. How far away am I from him?
You're about like 30 feet, I'd say now.
30 feet. Well, I guess I am going to take this opportunity while I'm unseen to, I guess, and he's moving, pull out my short bow and see if I can't snipe him off before he gets to those cool rocks.
Okay. All right, go ahead and make an attack roll for me. Let me get up. So the way that this works when you attack an NPC, for chat that doesn't know, is that Mark will make an attack roll to see how accurate he is with whatever weapon he has, and each NPC, each person, including Mark, has what's called an armor class. A number that is static, and when Mark rolls on the dice, he has to roll higher or equal to that person's armor class to deal damage to them.
Yes. Actually, can I rephrase a little bit what I'm doing? I'm
Sure.
not used to playing a rogue, so I need advantage for sneak attack to work.
You're currently stealthed, so because he doesn't know you're there, this attack gets advantage.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so automatically because he doesn't know I'm there.
Yes.
Also, I'm going to be referencing some abilities I have, like sneak attack or cunning action, stuff like that. On Twitch, I do have an explainer graphic that's down here for the people watching over there to help give it a little bit more clarity. So if you're confused, we'll do our best to explain it, but there is a graphic over on Twitch if you want to hop over to look. Link in bio. Okay, so I am going to attack with advantage, trying to shoot this guy, trying to beat whatever number his AC is, which I do not know, but Corey does, with my crossbow. I have a plus, or my short bow, I have a +7 to hit, and that's just the stats of the weapon. That's why that's the case. So, I'm gonna switch back to this. So 3 plus 7 would be 10, but I get a second roll. 14. 14 plus 7 is 21. 21 to hit.
That is enough to hit.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness.
So now, go ahead and roll damage for me.
Let's see, the damage on my short bow is a d6 plus 4. So the d6, 1 through 6, that's a 1, lowest roll I can get, plus 4 is gonna be 5 damage.
5 damage. So as this guy comes up,
Actually, do I get a bonus with sneak attack? Oh, that is how it works, right?
it's D6.
D6. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to remember how this
How
works.
many more $5 super chats do we need? Mitch says, setting in a $5 super chat. Board Ghost.
That's 2 more from here.
Two more, and then there's a second spin of the wheel.
Holy
Let's see, I can deal an extra 1d6 of damage when I hit on a roll that I have advantage on. Must be with a finesse or ranged weapon. So that is
I'm sorry, I was wrong. The timer ended, so it's not counting them, but I'm counting them manually. We need one more, actually.
One more.
One more.
Ooh, okay. So I add another d6, so I was at 5 plus 2, so that's gonna be 7 total points of damage.
Okay, so, backing it up, this guy stabbing your dead coworker on the ground. This necromancer that you work for, assumedly, gets up, sees this crumbling brick wall on the end of this beautiful, ornate room that you're in as you're walking towards the Lich Queen's inner sanctum. Some bricks crumble and fall off. Distracted, he walks over to it. As he does, you pull out your short bow, let it fly, arrow through the air, bam, right in the back of his shoulder blade as he is going to like click one of the stones, back as he spins around and turns to look at you. Roll initiative as Mitch sends in the final $5 super chat to spin the wheel.
Holy moly, thank you so much, Mitch, sending in the final 2 super chats. Hopefully it's gonna be something good that's gonna help me in this combat as this guy jumps me. Actually, I jumped him first, but...
We will get to the wheel spin in a minute.
Okay,
We're gonna do this first and then we'll get to the wheel spin. Because technically we still haven't completed the first one.
Okay, yes, you are correct. So initiative, I have a +4 to initiative rolls. This is to determine who goes first in the combat. So that's a 4 plus 4, I rolled an 8 on initiative.
So this guy gets a simple +0 to initiative. Mm-hmm. He's not quick and he's not reactionary. As a 19, I should stole your dice for that. 19. So he's gonna go first. After you shoot him in the back, turns around, looks at you. Now normally in D&D, this would trigger a sneak attack round where everybody could go and you could all swing in and fight at once. This is your sneak attack.
Yes.
Was you attacking him, so now we go into normal combat again. So, swings around, look at you, shocked, surprised. Wow, what's going on? What's happening? He is currently 20 feet from you.
Yeah, do we have like markers on the board we can maybe put down?
We can do that. I was not gonna do that because this is not gonna take too long.
A rough little image of the hallway, perhaps.
Give you a little area of what you're in.
This little guy's me, by the way. He's been on the board the whole time.
Look at you go, look at you go.
Look at me go!
We'll say, just as a little example of what's going on, make sure that's straightened out for me, will ya?
Ah, the board.
Just to make sure.
Looks straight enough.
And we'll use this little hues and cues. Let's get a red one, because he's a bad guy.
Because he's an enemy, hopefully.
We'll use that little red hues and cues to represent the guy who you just shot in the back.
Yo, Lee rhymes with C, sent 12 scarabs and a gold medal. Thank you. Hopefully this is enough to bless me through this combat.
And you know, board goes, reset the scarab gold just in case.
Oh, wait. I did. It didn't save. Okay.
What the heck? All right.
TikTok said no.
So combat starts. He gets initiative. He rolled higher.
Let me check something.
Gulp.
He has 30 feet of movement, which for every 5 feet is equal to one of these squares. So he's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, up to you. Okay? As it gets up to you, he is going to pull out this long sword he has on his back, and he is going to do a charging swing at you as this kind of arrow that you have sticking out of his shoulder is kind of pointed in your direction as he's trying to do like an overhand swipe.
Gulp. Hey friend, nothing personal, right?
And he goes, oh shit, it looks like I missed one. Coming for it. I am gonna go ahead and roll. He gets a +3 to this hit.
This guy killed my friends.
So he rolled a 12 total. What is your AC, your armor class?
15.
So 15. This blade comes swinging at you. Tom Gobble, how do you dodge out of the way of this blade coming full force at your face?
Tom Gobble's gonna give, I've been through enough today! And as he just kind of jumps out of the way.
Sidesteps as this kind of like crick in his shoulder from getting hit by an arrow kind of like stops him and slows his momentum coming down as the sword just chips off of the cave floor below. A little spark happens as he kind of like turns and like gets it ready to do an upward slash at you. It is now your go.
Okay, well, I'm going to be a little bit tricky with this. So in combat, every character has movement that they can do up to their movement speed, which in my case is 30 feet. Each of these squares are 5 feet. You have their general action, bonus action, and reaction. Those are the 4 things. The type of rogue that I forget the name of it. A scout rogue, I think it is. I am a skirmisher. I am going to utilize my reaction to use my skirmisher ability.
Okay.
Which is, and there's a written version of this over on Twitch if you want to see it there, but I'll read it for you now. Let's see. I can move up to half of my speed as a reaction when an enemy ends its turn within 5 feet of me. This movement does not provoke opportunity attacks.
All right.
So I can move 15 feet away because my speed was 30 without provoking opportunity attacks. This is just an empty room here?
Just empty, like there's tables, I'll show some, there's some rubble here, some tables over here, things that are kind of dotted out haphazardly.
Okay, so there's some rubble over here.
Yeah.
Okay, I might head towards that. I'm looking to try to get more cover, so I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15 at the end of his turn using my reaction.
Perfect.
And now it goes to the top of my turn.
Now it goes to the top of your turn. He swung, he hit you. Oh God, let me scoot out of here. You use that kind of dodge momentum to take a couple steps back, 15 feet away.
Hopping around. I have now 30 feet of movement that I can use during this turn. I'm gonna move 5, 10, 15, trying to lose the direct eyesight this guy has on me behind this rubble. And because I'm a rogue, I can use, I believe it's my cunning action. Is that what it is? Yes.
Yep.
I can take a bonus action on each of my turns to either dash, disengage, or hide. I'm going to attempt, once I've broken eye line with him, to hide using my bonus action.
Perfect. Go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Stealth check. I have a +10 to this. This is really good. Somebody asked...
Oh, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Somebody asked before why I have a +10. It's because as a rogue, I have expertise in it. So it is my dexterity plus my proficiency bonus, which is 3, and because I have expertise, plus another 3. So that takes it to a +10.
So before you roll this, in order to stealth and become hidden from this guy, you have to beat what's called his passive perception, right? It's just how passively he is good at noticing things. He has a passive perception, this is your threshold to beat, of 10.
10. Yes.
Meaning, as long as you do not roll a natural 1, which is
very unlikely,
a failure no matter what, you're gonna be sneaking.
That's wonderful. Okay, anything but a 1.
Anything but a 1.
Let's go. Ooh, this got moved a little bit. Let me move this back into place. Anything but a 1.
Anything but a 1.
That's a 7, not
That's
a 1.
That's not a 1, you're good.
It looks like a 1, but it's a 7. That is a 17, meaning, using my bonus action from my cunning action, I am successfully able to hide from this guy over here.
Yep.
He no longer knows exactly where I am, meaning I'll have advantage on my attack roll.
Yes.
My bow takes a bonus action to reload, doesn't it?
No, if it's a normal short bow.
Short bow. Oh, if it's a short bow, it doesn't.
It's not a crossbow.
Oh, okay. You're correct. I'm not used to this. So
I know rules.
What I'll do, as I move around this rubble, him losing the eyesight from me, he's tracking, probably expecting I'll pop up here. I'll double back, skirt the way that I came. See, I was here before, 5, 10, 15. I'll move out to here, poke around the edge, and try to shoot him once again with my short bow, now that he doesn't know where I am.
Give me an attack roll with advantage.
With advantage, perfect. Perfect. That is, I have a +7 with the bow. So this is looking good for me. 14 on the first dice roll, 1 on the next one, but I take the higher number. So that is 14 plus 7, 21 to hit.
Gorgeous.
And because I had advantage on the roll, sneak attack applies, and I deal an extra d6 of damage.
Yes, sir.
So, because I hit with the bow on its baseline, I do 1d6 plus 4. I rolled a 1 on the dice, plus 4, that's 5. Now my sneak attack bonus, 1 more d6 added to this 5.
Stealthy rogue guy.
I rolled a 3, meaning I deal 8 damage to him.
And that is more HP than he has remaining.
Let's go! Let's go!
How does this final arrow look coming out of your bow?
this final arrow, I'll give a shout of, "How dare you attack my queen's fortress!" And I'll let it fly.
Sorry, that was Reddit White Knight behavior.
Yeah, I mean that's who Tom Gobble is.
Okay, fair enough.
He's a
My queen!
He's a redditor of the dungeon. I'll let it fly straight into his heart.
Alright, the arrow goes whizzing past the junk. At this moment, you see this man in this beautiful, like, radiant sash with the sword, the Guy Gardner, red head, monk cut. You see as he turns his head, looking at the other side, expecting you to pop around. You say that as his head whips around over just in time for the arrow coming directly at him to make purchase with his cornea and fly directly through the other side as he falls to the ground deceased.
I'm picturing like a fatality animation.
Fatality.
Slow motion through his skull. Let's go. That is one, hopefully bad guy down. I mean, he said, "Oi, I missed one."
Oi, I missed one.
So that sounds like bad guy behavior.
That's right.
True.
Oh, that went so well. It is completely looking up Tom Gobble.
And Mark, as you do this and he hits the ground, you notice standing right here, the rubble that he went to investigate to look at.
That was the wheel roll.
That was the wheel roll. You see that the rubble has led way to a door.
Whoa, a door. That could have been useful earlier.
Wow.
Now, before I go through this door, can I double back and disrespectfully loot the bad guy's body?
Of course. So, make an investigation check for me first.
All right, I get a +3 on this. Natural 20. Natural 20. Highest roll I can get.
Ooh, highest roll you can get, Mark. The first thing you find in there is a beautiful sum of 10 gold pieces on his person.
Ooh, nice.
You find a beautiful sum of 10 gold pieces.
It's what I make in like 20 months.
It's true. It's the most gold you've ever seen before. And the second thing you find on him is... Ew, gross. Get away. Go ahead. Mark, make me a natural 20. Go ahead and roll me another D100.
Another D100 with pleasure. With pleasure. Let's see. Ooh, that is a 9 in the tens place and a 7 in the ones place. That is 97 on my D100.
Mark, you find something that would have been so incredibly useful earlier on in this session. As you find wrapped around, tied to the side of him, is beautiful 60-foot long silk rope that only weighs a couple pounds, with a little tag attached to it that just says, "Holy moly."
Holy moly.
As you say that, you watch as this rope unfurls from his waist, shooting into the air, hitting against the ceiling.
Oh my god, it's a magical rope.
It's a magical rope.
Can I climb it?
As you grab onto the rope, it holds your weight as you make your way up.
Where were you earlier? Where were you just moments ago?
Hey Mark, you recognize this rope. You go, I swear, when you fell down that pit that there was a rope similar to that you would have found next to the Pythons. But alas, here it is.
I'll take it. I guess I'll say holy moly again. Is that close to the fall? Back down.
Onto the ground.
All right. I'll shove the rope in my bag. I guess I'm happy to have it now, but there could be more holes ahead. I don't know what to expect here. And I am going to take a step through this new door in the wall that opened up and see what I find down here.
Okay. As you enter this room, you find this ritual that's been set up. You see these circles and candles and markings and runes all etched into the ground in this room here. And in the center of all of it, you see the skeletal remains of what appears to be a goblin in the center of this ritual circle.
Okay.
Keeping in mind the name of this one was Circle Back.
Am I at the start?
Sorry. I take pride in these puns. So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it just yet. I'm just reminding you it's called Circle Back.
Circle back. So
Circle
it's
back.
in the ritual circle.
Yeah, so yeah.
So there might be something in his back.
Possibly. But you see a note on the ground next to this ritual circle with this skeletal goblin and candles set up around it.
Okay, I guess I'll pick up the note and see what it says. Also, welcome in, Steve. We're playing some Dungeons and Dragons tonight.
You see on this note, written in common, at the very top, it says, Jed the Goblin. And then underneath of it, Jed.
Okay.
J-E-D. And then underneath of it, it says, little note here about Jed the Goblin. It says, life insurance covers his wrongful death, but upon setting up the resurrection ritual, realize we are fresh out of diamonds, and the next shipment isn't for another month. So, gonna leave it set up and ready to go. If you're reading this, then that means you tore down the barricade. I put up to hide this, and I swear to Lich Queen, if you steal my ritual ingredients, I will raise a ghost to haunt you.
Oh.
And you see it's dated, too.
What's the date?
The date is about 200 years ago.
Oh, they're not coming back. They're not coming back anytime soon. It's been 200 years.
It's been 200 years.
Right. Okay. So, this is fair game. Probably.
Probably fair game.
Probably fair game. I mean,
They were going to circle back to it eventually.
they were, but 200 years. Obviously, something came up and they forgot about it.
They got a little busy.
And how would they know it was me who took it?
It could have been that guy you just killed.
It could have been. In fact, I'm gonna drag the guy who just killed. Can I grab his body and drag it into here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna drag it
Pull
in.
it in, just scraping across the cave floor.
I'm gonna put the note in his hand.
Yep.
And then I'm just gonna take everything I can find.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Everything's coming up Tom today. All right, so that is a 2 that I rolled on the dice, plus 3 for my investigation.
I'm gonna let you have advantage on this.
Oh, bless. Oh, bless. Okay, not much better. That's a 4 plus 3 is 7.
Thankfully, this is not a hard roll, which is why I gave you advantage.
Okay.
You just don't find anything extra.
Okay, that's fair.
It's a very scant room, minus the ritual stuff that's in here. The few ritual things you see is a book set up that explains how to do the ritual. And you don't really look around too much. You kind of see most things are empty, like all the ingredients have been placed. And if you were to look around in here, where would be the first place that you would look in this ritual room?
I guess along the outskirts of the ritual. I guess they probably wouldn't leave the materials in the ritual itself, so probably around the outside perimeter.
Outside the perimeter? Well, I mean, the ritual is set up. All of the ingredients are in, ready to go.
Oh, okay. Then I guess the center of the circle near the body.
Center of the circle near the body, you take a quick look, and none of the ingredients are anything that is super, super valuable to you. But you do, lift up the skeletal hand, and you see clutched in the hand is a diamond.
Yoinks! Yoinks, yoinks. 1 diamond for me. Okay, and then I guess, is this like a pentagram kind of ritual?
Yeah.
I'll go to each of the points in the pentagram, see if I can find stuff there.
Again, it's mostly stuff like candles and incense and weird spell stuff like bat guano and things. You got the book that's set up at there that explains how to go through it.
A voice in my head, ending chat, is saying that I should do the ritual instead of just taking the diamond and ditching. And it's a goblin in the middle, so it's a friendly.
Yeah.
Friendly, most likely. Can I glance over this book and see maybe how hard this ritual will or will not be to perform?
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana. Okay, what do I have in that? That's based off intelligence, so I guess a 0. 15 is what I rolled, though.
15? It's very good. Dude, this ritual is set up, it's literally just missing the diamond. Like, you just gotta say a couple words. Like, it is good. Like, it is literally the ADHD guy putting everything oh, fuck, I forgot a diamond. Let me go get it real quick. Like, he had everything ready to go, and just walked away.
Except for the diamond, which I have.
Except for the diamond, which he thought he was out of, but turns out just misplaced.
All right, well, I have respect for goblin kind more than my own greed, so I'm gonna grab the guy who I killed's body, drag him back out, put him back into the room, and then I'll go back in and begrudgingly, knowing I'm missing out on a big old diamond worth a lot of clams.
But you're bringing back one of your coworkers.
I'm bringing back a coworker. I will follow the instructions on the book to the best of my ability and attempt to complete this ritual to bring back my old 200-year senior coworker.
Well, we are now going to do another skill challenge
I'm great at these.
to see how this is going to be a successful ritual no matter what, because you rolled very well on Arcana. But we're going to see how good it goes. See if there's any complications. See if he comes back a little bit wrong. We're going to see. So, it's simple. All you need is 3 successes, which you got last time before you got 5 failures.
Okay, that's a good point.
3 successes, so give me 3 skills that you think would apply to this necromantic resurrection ritual on your goblin thread.
Ooh, okay, 3 skills.
Yes.
Now, would nature apply? My knowledge of just the natural way in the world around me and maybe violating the standard of nature to bring back a dead body?
Listen, with skill checks, any skill that you can justify works. I like your justification for nature in that. That makes sense to me. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
All right, this is gonna be a d20, and with nature, I have expertise in it, so I get a +6. +6,
Oh god.
+6 this roll. It's a 5 +6, 11.
That's 1 success.
1 success. Wonderful.
Just barely success.
Just barely. Okay. Next, let's get a little strange with this. I'm gonna go persuasion. I'm going to try to negotiate this 200-year-old spirit who is definitely content in the afterlife back into this body. Like, come on, there's still work to do. We gotta serve the Lich Queen. You gotta get back in there. Come on, man.
All right. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
I have a +7 to persuasion. This is a very good one. +7, that is a 6. +7, 13.
13, that's another success. As the ritual, the candles start lighting up one by one. As your words kind of take purchase, you see this dark necromantic energy starting to coalesce around him, kind of almost seeing like the air itself is getting sucked out around your mouth as the words kind of vocalize into him.
I'm feeling the blessings from above. Steve sent a super chat saying, as part of this ritual, I'm reading the book. One of the lines of the ritual says, Steve says, Borgos is the goat. Let's hear that laugh.
Love you too, Steve. Thank you.
Oh my god!
Also, Sanea sent 7 scarabs, and Mitch sent 2 bits over on Twitch. Thank you so much.
And Mark, if you're reading the book out loud, do go ahead and make a performance check, and as the people from beyond encourage you on, do it with advantage.
Performance, that's a +1. Let's see how I do. That's a 13. And my advantage roll, 2. But we take the higher number, 13 + 1, 14. That is a successful ritual.
And that is a success.
Let's go.
As the chatters beyond the veil will have their influence come down on Jed the Goblin, and the black necrotic energy seeps into his skeleton as the candles out. And Jed the Goblin. Oh, man. Oh, shit.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Oh.
I'm Tom. Welcome back.
Hello. Oh, I didn't realize they let goblins be necromancers now. You proficient?
No, I'm new to this.
Oh, you know what? I'm glad to see. Quick change, quick turnaround.
Yeah, it's been a big day of first, you know.
Yeah, awesome. Wonderful. So my life insurance policy was good, covered. We're back. Covered the diamond.
Yeah, I would say so. Is
Awesome.
the diamond gone? Was it consumed?
The diamond is now gone as the magic energies
Yeah, I guess you recovered.
Great, great. You see this goblin who is just pure skeleture. No marrow, no flesh, no nothing. Just pure, like hollow eyes, mouth, just talking to you. Yeah, all right, great. So how long did that take? Like how many days did I miss?
Ooh. Hey. Yeah, about that. You didn't have anything important that you were trying to like catch, right? If this took maybe a little longer than expected.
I mean, like my daughter's quinceañera was like in a couple days, so hopefully I still like gonna make it before that.
No.
No?
No, you're probably not.
I mean, she'll understand. For the Lich Queen and all that, you know.
No.
For the Lich Queen.
No, she probably won't.
What? No, she get, you know, work is work. Sometimes these things happen. That's why we took out the life insurance policy so that the necromancers could bring me back.
You're right. Did you take out that same policy on your daughter?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay. How long did that give you? Does that give you some extra time?
With my daughter?
Yeah, I mean, like, do they keep bringing you back?
Well, you know, you do it and then you gotta pay for it a second time. So, like, I'm gonna have to go re-up it now that I paid for it.
Oh, yeah, there's totally a chance. It's just been 200 years. It's just been...
Sorry,
it's
come
just
again?
been 200 years.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I thought it sounded like you meant to say 200 days, which is a long time, granted, but things happen. But it sounds like it came close to 200 years.
You know, necromancers can be forgetful sometimes. It's a stressful job. You know, they go through a lot. Serving the Lich Queen, which we're all doing.
Is she even still alive at this point?
Oh, I'm really hoping.
Wait, you're hoping? You revived me and you're hoping she's alive?
This is all circumstantial. I am not the necromancer that you paid to do this.
Clearly, because you would have done it in under 200 years. Did you have to go through school to get here first?
You should be thanking me for doing this. I could have pocketed that diamond and ran.
I was having a good time in the afterlife. Now, granted, it was a little weird that I was there longer than I was expecting. But I just figured time flowed differently.
Oh, yeah, I assume so too. How long were you in the afterlife?
Oh, at least... You know what, now you say 200 years, that makes sense. That tracks.
Okay. So
yeah, it's about 200 years.
Yeah, I've always been curious about that. I guess it's kind of 1-to-1.
Yeah, it is 1-to-1. Yeah, that makes sense now. I'm a goblin. How am I supposed to know that, huh?
Well, I didn't know that either. That's why I was asking you. You're the expert. Well, hey, since you're doing nothing better, no quinceañeras to hit or anything like that, the Lich Queen might be in danger.
All right, too soon, buddy. I know it's been 200 years, but it just happened to me, all right?
I understand. Well, I mean, just so you know, that this whole dungeon that we swore our lives to protect, I woke up and it seems like everyone was attacked and gone. There are people with swords outside stabbing our dead necromancers. You wanna tag along, buddy? Help me figure this out.
I mean, like, do I have a choice?
I can't stop you.
All right, let's just go. Let's get this over and done with. Maybe I can find my daughter somewhere. That'd be nice.
It's definitely possible.
Then let's do it.
Okay.
Let's go for it. Sure.
Freeze frame high five.
It's not worth it. If you had me at high five, you lost me at freeze frame.
Oh, okay.
I've been frozen for 200 years. It's a little insensitive.
That's fair. All right. Well, good to meet you, Jeb.
All right. So.
Ally achieved.
Ally achieved.
Ally achieved. Let's go.
This is the moment in Final Fantasy where it pops up.
I was putting a little dice next to this guy to represent our new friend, Jed.
Our new friend, Jed. As you and Jed, the skeletal goblin, make your way outside of there, I have to spin the wheel again for Mitch.
Yes, another spin of the wheel. Whoa, we already got one extra partner.
Notably, Jed the goblin was because of the wheel spin.
Hell yeah. This is actually going to be huge. I'm a lot tougher in battle if I have allies with me.
Whoa. All right. Let's see what we got.
Synergy.
Perfect. I just saw something that you're going to be so mad about.
Oh no.
I'll put that right there. All right. So, Marcus, you and Jed come out of that room. You just hear a string of profanities flying. Oh, darn, oh, gosh, dang it. Except much worse.
Oh, Lord.
I know. Whatever you can think of times 11.
The stuff I was saying when the power went out yesterday.
The stuff you were saying when the power went out yesterday,
Okay,
yeah.
all right, yeah.
Oh, gosh darn it. Oh, holy moly, dang, nabbit. Ah, shucks.
But he didn't say fudge.
Fuck. Yeah, you hear some profanity coming from a little ways away.
Let's go check that out. That sounds a little scary.
Yeah, it seems like he's having a bad time over there.
Yeah, we should probably be a little bit stealthy, because last person I ran into who was alive down here was an enemy who was trying to kill me.
Buddy, I'm a bundle of bones. I sound like a xylophone when I walk.
Okay, well, I'll take the lead.
All right, fair enough. After you.
All right, I'll stealthily head over, see if I can't see. I mean, does it sound goblin-y?
Make a perception check.
Perception, it's a +3, so 12 + 3, 15.
Yes. It sounds like a feminine goblin, just shouting a string of profanities.
Okay, so I'll still be cautious, but you know, I'll step over, see what I can see.
All right, step over. You see kind of like this door, this kind of locked, not necessarily locked, but like this.
Those can be troublesome. Those doors.
You see this closed like closet door that you're used to seeing, kind of a little ways away. You kind of have to backtrack a little bit to get to it. This closet door that's attached to one of the rooms on your way to this kind of study hall area. This profanity is coming from as you follow it back, and as you get closer and closer, it is louder and louder, and that you just hear it point blank. It's not even being disguised.
Okay. I guess I'll reveal myself to them. Hi, how are you? My name's Tom Gobble. You might know me from some of the upper floors. Been working security a while. What's going on over here?
You hear it from the other side of the door. She goes, oh shit. Hi Tom. Hi. Yeah, it's Janice. I'm on the other side of the door. Can you just do me a favor and just open it really quick, please?
Oh, yeah, sure. Doors a little tricky around here. I found that out the hard way.
Yeah, they're hard.
I'll open the door.
Comes right open. As the door opens, you see on the inside a goblin woman in the normal goblin guard attire with a very important note, and that is she is missing both of her arms. These arms, it's not like a fresh wound or anything. It's not like she just lost them or anything. They seem healed and closed over. And in front of her is this 2 sets of floating skeletal arms. And that are just kind of like, they're standing there like this, and they keep like going towards her, almost like grab her or something. And she goes, dang it, stop it. Just get oh my God. And she kind of like shoos them away. She looks at you and she goes, I couldn't even get them to open the darn door. We've been stuck in here forever.
Oh, are those floating arms your arms?
Yes, they're mine. You remember last week the dungeon sponsored axe throwing competition that we had for that little morale boost?
Oh yeah, I remember. It was very generous of the Lich Queen.
It was very generous of the Lich Queen. It was a really good time. Tony got a little too wild with the axes. We had a little accident.
Accident.
That wasn't a joke.
Sorry.
I'm missing both of my arms now.
Yeah.
That was very insensitive, Tom.
I'm sorry. That was inconsiderate of me.
It was. Do better. That's all I ask.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Tom took out both?
Tony took out both
of your arms?
Tony took out both, and the necromancers, they wanted to help me out, but they're not clerics, unfortunately. So they got my arms back the best they could. But they don't even listen to anything I say anymore.
I mean, on the upside, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool having
It's pretty cool.
arm. Yeah.
It's pretty cool, Tom. Really? As she says, as both of her skeletal arms are just like grabbing at her.
Give me a thumbs down.
They're not paying any attention to you. Like, their arms are kind of like floating out in front of her, probably about like a foot or two off the ground. And instead of like just floating directionally, they've turned. So obviously their hands are facing her like this, just going. She has to like keep backing off away from it.
Well, that's quite the predicament. Did the necromancer tell you maybe there's some keywords you have to do to control them?
It should just be innate. It's whatever my desires are. It should, work for. It's my limbs after all, so I don't know what's going on here. Just reaching, grabbing.
Well, I'm something of a necromancer myself as of late. Maybe I can take a look. I guess can I do an investigation check to see if there's anything like obviously wrong, or maybe an arcana check to see why they'd be misbehaving?
Sure, do an arcana check.
Let's see, arcana, that's just a natural roll, so 0 modifiers. Two. I'm not a good necromancer.
Not a good necromancer at all. You did summon Jed back from the dead, who's just kind of standing behind you currently, watching this take place. Just you kind of look back and you're just glancing at both of his arms, just like.
Can I take these? You want her?
Do you try?
No, I'm not gonna do that yet.
Okay, all right.
Hold on. Let me try reciting a few phrases from this necromancy book that I found.
Okay,
I'm gonna flip through. Okay, let me try this one. Mage World, thank you so much for the crab. Bunny May, thank you so much for the 5 scarabs. Maureen sent a heart me. Mage World sent 753 scarabs. Holy. Paul's dash moly. Didn't want to set off the rope. D sent a heart me. Bunny May sent a heart me. Bunny May sent to go popular. Thank you so much. Yeah.
The arms stop for a second. Just constantly going at her, kind of like towards her hip region.
Do they think that they're legs?
You want to make an insight check?
Sure.
Go for it. See if you can insightfully try and understand why these floating arms are doing this.
Okay, that's better. That is a 17 plus 3, so that's an unnatural 20.
Unnatural 20. So on that, you get a pretty good vibe. You see these arms grabbing. You notice that there is a purse attached to Janice's hip, that these arms, kind of now noticing that and seeing them, it's trying to grab.
Oh, Janice, they're trying to rob you. They want your purse.
They want my purse.
They want your purse.
My coin purse.
Your coin purse, yes.
I don't have any coins in here, though.
Do you have anything else they might like?
Well, yeah. And she takes it up and she opens it. And she goes, yeah, it's all the rings I've collected. You open up and she's got a bag full of rings.
Janice, they want drip.
Oh my God, they want to be. That's my goal too. That's why I collected all the rings.
Your goal is to be dripped out?
I want to be dripped out.
Wow.
Tom, that's my whole goal.
Not serve the Lich Queen?
Yeah. You see, kind of as you said, so it's how she opened it. One of the hands finally grab it and pull it open off of her hip.
Okay, well, let's get these rings on these hands.
And
they're following your goal.
You take a second, and one by one, you take all of the rings out of the bag, and just each finger on the skeletal hands, even the thumbs, until the skeletal hands are just dripped out in all of the rings that she had collected. And with that, they float to where her shoulders are, and just kind of float right where her joint is. And she goes, oh wow. Yeah, they did the trick. Oh my God, all they wanted was the rings? Oh my, I should have done that a while ago. That makes sense.
It's like they say, if you like it, you should have put a ring on it.
Well, I didn't like them.
Yeah.
Because they weren't listening, so ergo.
Okay, it's a give and take.
It's a give and take. Speaking of giving and taking, I have one left. Do you want it?
Arm?
No, rings.
Oh.
I don't have room for any more.
Oh, okay. It would have been cool, but yeah, I'll take a ring happily.
No, I need these.
Yeah.
Like an amputee.
No, that makes sense.
You wouldn't just take someone's prosthetic.
You have priority in this. I understand.
They are my actual arms too, not like fake ones.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the necromancers maybe sourced them or something.
No, well, they were on the ground after the axe throwing competition.
Yeah, I hope they fired that guy.
They did, yeah. Miss him.
Yeah, I'll take a ring.
All right, she drops it in your hand. And that is, and this is what made me laugh when I saw this in my notes, a ring of jumping!
God damn it, I'm getting so many things that would have gotten me out of the hole. Everything you've given me is specifically to get me out of the hole that I started the session in. God damn it.
It's a ring of jumping! Yay! We love jumping!
There better be another hole ahead of us.
Well, where in this ring you can cast the jump spell from it as a bonus action, only targeting yourself.
Okay. So I can cast a jump action as an act.
The jump spell.
Jump spell is an action targeting only myself.
Bonus action.
Oh, bonus action. That's actually
bonus
very
action
cool.
things. Wow. Wow, isn't that so useful, so handy? It's gonna come in handy, I bet. I bet. I bet. And I think that's all our wheel spins.
Wow, yeah, thank you all so much again. And just catching up, Descent to Scarab, and You're Awesome, Synthesis to Heartmate, thank you all so much. Helping us along in this D&D campaign, doing something new, something fun. And as a quick reminder, the best viewing experience for this is going to be on Twitch, just because I have little graphics that will explain some of the stuff that I'm doing, like when I mentioned cunning action or sneak attack, or I just keep a little thing up that explains the story so far, the opening to this. And Synthesis sent 61 Scarabs, helping us towards the next wheel spin Scarab goal. Thank you, it is really helping Tom Gobble out.
Hell yes.
Having an ally is huge.
All right, Tom. So, you make your way out of that closet area. Now that Janice is gonna go take care of her own business. Make your way back into the hallway. Make your way back up to the study room where the lifeless corpse of that one guy you killed is currently on the ground with a note in hand getting dragged out of the rubble room. The inner sanctum before you. You and Jed, ready to go.
Okay. I will march my way in. I guess I'll keep an ear out to make sure there's no immediate, enemies I hear on the other side poking more dead necromancers.
Make a perception check.
Perception, I get a +3 to this.
As you walk down the short little bit of hall that's left.
I rolled a 7 +3, that's a 10.
You don't hear anything quite yet, and as you walk down this short little bit of hall before the final throne room area of this dungeon, you see the density of necromancers that have been deceased and left on the ground getting thicker and thicker and thicker. Again, density, not body shape. That would be weird. Not what I'm talking about. As they're strewn across the ground, full of sword slashes and arrow wounds, radiant energy burning across them, you come to the final door. A dark, wrought iron, gold ornate door with the symbol of the mouth open skull with the dark energy spiraling around it in the center, carved in with numerous runes and etchings and magic inlays as it is ever so slightly cracked.
Perfect. All right, I'm gonna turn to my new ally, Jed. Shh, quiet. So I'm going to, as stealthily and as quietly as possible, crack this door open so we can make our way through.
Very, very good. Just real quick, I'm just gonna check something.
Kelsey Weasel sent a super chat to say, thick necromancers.
With
Dead ass.
2 C's.
Dead ass.
Dead ass, dude!
Oh!
Dead ass thick necromancers.
PMT sent a heart me. Kayla sent a heart me. Thank you all so much. Corey on a Wednesday.
So, here's the thing. Open up that door. Being sneaky. Make a stealth check.
Okay.
And
18.
18. Jed the Goblin is also going to have to make a stealth check.
Okay. As long as they don't see me, that's fine.
Jed is with you.
Yes.
So if either of you get spotted, both of you get spotted.
Okay, he's doing the classic, like when you get found in hide and seek. I can't believe we both got found.
No, you're standing next to each other.
Okay, I understand.
You're standing next to each other. So give me the blue dice, because I'm going to
Yes.
roll on the camera. Jed gets a +2 to stealth.
Okay, not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad. I'm not going to tell you what you need, because you had no idea.
Uh-huh.
But it's a +2 to stealth.
I rolled an 18. It's a 6. Is a 6 + 2, 8. Maybe
That's 8.
8's all we needed.
Maybe 8's all you need.
I find it likely.
possible. It's possible. Opening the door. Open to the side, walking in, you see this gorgeous, ornate throne room. Fantastic, gorgeous. Banners down the side, Lich Queen symbol, Lich Queen's color, gold trimming all around, this giant throne of skulls in the back that towers over anything you've seen before.
That's what I like to see.
Beautiful red carpet that goes along the side. What normally would be treasure stacked, piled across the side, you see goblin after goblin after goblin dead on the ground in this throne room across you, filled with arrows, sword slashes, and whatever.
That's not what I like to see.
And towards the throne room where the Lich Queen sits, you see her.
My queen?
Now liches...
The Lich Queen?
And liches are undead. Zombified wizards who have sold their soul and magic in order to gain eternal life and control over the undead. Mm-hmm. You see she is currently slouched on the ground, hurting and wounded. And standing over top of her are 3 adventurers.
No.
Cut, arrow-filled, drenched in sweat and bruises, clothes torn, absolutely beaten to shit, holding something as one of them turns around to hear the creaking bones of Jed the Goblin as the door opens.
Oh no. They killed my queen.
Queen!
No!
She's notably alive still.
Okay, she's alive
She's
still.
notably alive, heavily panting, injured on the ground.
They haven't destroyed the simulacrum yet or whatever.
She is on the ground, deep breaths. Let me draw this on the map.
Shout, this is a restricted area, they'll leave. Shirley, you're not allowed to be here. That's all it takes. Oh, okay, these guys, they're injured, but they're powerful enough to take out a lich. That's really scary. Okay, the co-host cam is working again.
Ooh, shit.
Hopefully Jed's packing some good spells and attacks in his arsenal. We might be screwed.
You might be in a little bit of danger.
We might be in a lick of trouble.
You might be in a lich of trouble.
We might be in a lich of trouble.
Bam. Bam. You know, we'll make this a double door here for you and Jed. All right.
Is there any more terrain like tables, altars, pillars, anything like that?
Some pillars here, 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 here. Yep, wrong one.
Do you need an eraser?
Yeah, probably.
It's not an eraser. It's on your laptop there.
It blended right in, dude. It blended right in.
It's understandable. How long we staying live? Most likely until we finish this fight.
All right. Let me grab 3 colorful cones here. Dink. Dink.
It's so very uneven. No, it's perfectly balanced, just as the Lich Queen intended. Okay.
Listen, do you want me to spend 30 minutes getting it perfectly even? Or do you want to get to a cool fight? That is the question of the hour. Give me the black D20 over there, please.
Black D20, yes.
The Lich Queen. I'll put her on a 1 to represent she has 1 HP. Ah! All right, Jed. It's time to roll initiative.
All right, I need to roll good on this one.
I called you Jed.
I have a +4 to initiative. We're hoping for a good one here. I could have had a surprise attack round. We didn't. That is a 15. 15 plus 4, 19 is my initiative, as I'm filled with the fury of seeing my precious Lich Queen injured.
Go ahead and roll me a D20 for Jed. I'll let you roll his initiative.
Okay. On the dice, Jed also gets a 15.
So 15, Jed gets a +2, so 17.
17. All right, we're doing good. That's a good number.
All right. Now, I'm gonna roll for the NPCs. Real quick over here. Bum bum. Ooh, okay. And then bum bum. And then last but not least, boom, boom. Okay. Mark, as you burst into the Lich Queen's throne room and the 3 beat up, bruised, near-death adventurers are standing over her, they turn to look at you. You are still the quickest to react in this situation, seeing that they have noticed you.
Okay. All right. So I get the first move here. Let's see what I want to do. Gosh, I'm very scared of these people. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, just in a complete rage, I'm going to pull out my short bow and fire at whichever one. You said one of them's holding something, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna fire at whichever one is holding that thing.
That would be, so right here you have what seems to be a holy person, kind of with their religious symbol and stuff. Over here you see you have a bowman, kind of sleek and slender elvish person, and here you have a kind of rough and tumble swordsman, and they are the one holding something in the center.
Okay, the swordsman's holding it. Ooh, okay, so maybe I should be strategic and go for the healer or the bowman who's more likely to hit me at range. No, just in my rage, this guy's holding something he shouldn't be holding. That could belong to my precious Lich Queen. I'm shooting the guy in the middle.
All right. Go for it. You don't have advantage because they see you.
I do not have advantage, but it's still a +7 to hit. That is a natural 20. Natural 20 to hit. Pull it up on the dice cam. First shot, absolute rage flowing through my veins, seeing my Lich Queen injured. This guy's dead. He's donezo.
Dom Gobble, in a fit of rage, seeing his Lich Queen injured and on the ground, pulls up the short bow and lets it fly, flying through the air into the fighter. Mark, roll damage for me.
So I roll the damage dice twice, right? Because I got a critical?
Yes, so with critical hits, there are 2 ways that people do it. They either double the dice or they roll the dice twice. Let's roll the dice twice.
We'll roll the dice twice. Now, I would also like to use my goblin ability that I have from being a goblin, Fury of the Small. I don't have a graphic for this one, I apologize.
Okay.
When I deal damage to a creature with an attack or spell and the creature's size is larger than mine, I'm small, I'm assuming he's not small.
He's medium.
He is medium. I can cause the attack or spell to deal extra damage equal to my proficiency bonus, which is 3.
Okay.
All right, so I roll the attack dice twice and then add 4, and then I add an additional 3 for that ability I use.
Let's see how much damage you do.
That's a 3 for my first roll, plus 5. That's a 2 dice roll for being a critical hit. So that is 8. Plus 4 from my bow is 12. Plus 3 from my ability is 15 damage.
Holy crap. So immediately, Tom comes in swinging, just absolutely letting the bow fly, nailing this guy straight in, kind of like right across the jugular, ripping across the shoulder as he turns to look at you. You watch, he was hurting before, he has now... You have dealt so much damage that you can watch him physically slump over in exhaustion as that arrow comes and snags him across the shoulder line and jugular there.
You better die.
As he turns to look at you, just sweat pouring off his face. You see like necrotic burns all over him as well as he turns to look at you.
You monster. Let's see, is there anything else I want to do? I still have my bonus action.
And your movement.
And my movement, yes.
So in a turn, you can take an action, a bonus action, and a movement. The difference between an action and a bonus action is that bonus actions are normally quicker, and it'll say if it can be used as a bonus action in the statistic stuff. Action is pretty much anything can be an action.
Yes. Let's see, what is the cunning action? So I'm trying to remember, there's a way I can give myself advantage on the next roll if I don't use my movement. I'm trying to remember what the hell it was that did that.
Steady aim?
Oh, steady aim. Yes. Do I have that one written? God damn it, there's another one I don't have written, but you're right. Steady aim. So as a bonus action, I can give myself advantage on my next attack roll on the current turn. Use this bonus action if they haven't moved during this turn. After you use this bonus action, speed is 0. Okay, never mind. I misread it. I thought it was on the next turn, not current.
That's fine.
So, I am going to use my movement. 5.
That's Jed.
Thanks.
That's you.
5, 10, 15, 20, and I am going to attempt to use my bonus action using cunning action to hide.
Okay, go ahead and make a stealth check for me.
Stealth check. Let's go. I'm good at these. 16. 16 plus 10 is 26 is what I rolled.
26. So you were hidden. Vanish. You take that shot at them and then you run and hide as they immediately go, where'd it go? Where did that little goblin go? There's one more. Are you kidding me? We made it this far and there's one more. And you hear as they say that, hear one of them goes, don't worry about them. Get the skeletal one that just came in instead.
Sorry, Jed. Sorry, Jed.
Now what the hell? As it goes to the bowman's turn next, the bowman is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet, and as he's moving over there, he pulls out the bow and lets an arrow fly towards Jed. I'll do that in a second. The first one is going to hit Jed.
Oh no.
As an arrow flies through,
Jed's surely a very sturdy fella.
spins and hits. It is going to do 1.
He's rolling really small numbers, surely.
Doing math in my head is super cool. 10 points of piercing damage to Jed.
Good thing that hit him and not me. Oh, Jesus, that's a lot of damage.
Jed is looking worse for wear right now.
Jed, I understand if you have to run and hide and maybe take some pot shots at him.
And with that, the ranger is going to use an additional 10 feet because of one of his feats, since it is the first turn of combat, to move behind this pillar completely.
They're hiding too.
With that, that is, gotta erase that, fix that. That is going to move on to Jed's turn. Mark. What do you want Jed to do? I'm not gonna tell you what his abilities are, just give me a call out.
Does he have ranged attacks?
He does.
I would like him to continue shooting at that guy who was holding something that belonged to my Lich Queen.
Okay, so on Jed's turn, he is going to go ahead and take a shot at the swordsman, who is looking pretty hurt. That is going to hit, I believe.
Oh, thank goodness. Please be enough to kill him. Please, Jed. I brought you back for a reason. I spent an entire diamond to bring you back from the dead. Please have it be for something.
Dealing 7 points of damage to that swordsman standing there.
Is he still standing after that?
He's still standing.
Okay. Do you think your queen would help if you healed her with that greater healing potion? Ooh, possibly.
Make an intelligence check.
Intelligence, my intelligence is a 0, it's a 3.
I'm not gonna tell you jack shit.
Okay, understood.
I'm not gonna tell you jack shit. Alright, so Jed fires off that shot at the swordsman, and then, unless you tell him otherwise, Jed's gonna take cover as well.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Jed is gonna move behind that pillar there. And that is Jed's turn, moving on to the Holy Cleric standing right here.
Holy Cleric!
Sorry, standing right here.
Oh, I thought blue was the cleric and this was the sword fighter.
Standing right here.
Okay.
I got it right the first time. All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Nope. The cleric is going to go ahead and cast a holy spell.
Holy.
The cleric is going to reach out to the fighter standing next to him. He's going to cast a holy chant, a holy ritual as he puts his hand on the shoulder of the fighter. And he's going to go ahead and heal up some hit points.
Hey, that's what we don't want him doing. What the hell?
As you watch some of the wounds on the fighter's skin, some of the wounds across his face, and the bruising starts to go away.
Hey, stop that.
That is going to... Then he's going to move 5, 10, 15 to behind there. And with that is going to go to the fighter's turn, who is going to just 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30... 5, 10, 15, 20. He's going to use his action to get a little bit more movement speed forward, start running as fast as he can towards where Jed's hiding since he can't see you currently, and it is going to go to the Lich Queen, who is still very hurt, very cut, very bruised. Deep breaths on there, kind of just like our eyes darting around as it comes back to the top of the turn order, going back to Mark.
Okay, let's see. I need to take out that fighter before he kills Jed. That's probably our best hope. So, do I have to move or can I see him?
You can see him.
I can see him. Okay, I will make a bow attack against the fighter with advantage, right? Because he doesn't know where I am.
With advantage, because you're hidden currently.
Okay, so
26 on stealth.
I'm utilizing my sneak attack for this because I have advantage on this roll. Nice, nice. All right, I go with the higher roll, which is 19 plus 7, 26. 26 is what I get to hit. 26, that hits! Go ahead and roll damage. Whew. Very nice. All right, the bow's damage is 1d6 plus 4. So it's going to be 2 plus 4 is 6, and because I had sneak attack, I'm going to add another d6, adding another 3. So I was at 6, now I'm at 9. Mm-hmm. And I'm also going to use Fury of the Small once again to add one more d6. Okay. So this is going to be 9 plus 3, 12 damage is what I'm dealing to this guy all at once. 12 damage is a lot, and if it had not been for the cleric, it would have been enough. Oh, that's tragic. As the wounds healed the fighter just enough to survive this second sneak attack arrow shot from Mark, thunk into his back as the fighter slowly turns around to look at Mark. Gulp. Gulp. Okay, well that was my action. Let's see. Let's move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. See, am I in line of sight of this guy? Yep. Here. I guess I'll go to here then to be out of line of sight of all of them. I'm going to use my bonus action to hide again. Okay. Make a roll. Make a roll. Get a plus 10 to this. That is 10 plus 10, 20 to hide. 20 to hide. All right, and with that, stealth goes up. You are hidden. As rogues do, just poke at him and hide. When I fire off my shot, I'll hit him with a "Thank you, Griffin, for the heart being go popular." your hope fills this arrow that's coming next. All right, with that, we go over to the ranger's turn. Back to the turn order. You advantage disappear. He can't get a clear shot on Jed the skeleton, so instead he is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he is going to use his action to look around and see if he can find you hiding. Okay. So he gets a +5 to this roll. Okay. I rolled a 20 for stealth, so he has to get a 15 or higher. 15 or higher. That's a 10. That's a 10. That's very nice. Not enough. That's what I like to hear. Tom stays hidden as the ranger is looking around, bow drawn at the ready, peering around each of the pillars to see if he can figure out where. Wait, ranger was the purple one, right? The blue one. Sorry. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. There we go. Fixed. Sorted. Yeah, fixed. Peering around, trying to look. Actually, it's gonna go
here-ish in order to get a good advantage. There we go. Looking around, can't quite figure out where everything's going on. That is the Ranger's turn. Moving on to the...
This is the final boss fight. Thank you all so much for being here. It is time to figure out if everything you gave me along the way is going to be enough to get me out of this alive.
Moving on to Jed the Goblin, speaking of which.
Come on, Jed, you can do it.
Jed the Goblin is going to take a swing at the fighter. The fighter is very hurt. The fighter is very low. Jed here needs... Ooh, he lost Jed's stats. Jed, come back!
He's threw a dice as well.
Don't get mad at me just because...
I'm sorry. That wasn't fair. You're right.
Just because.
Spoiler alert, Mark throws. No.
So,
we're manifesting.
Jed needs a 14 on the dice to hit the fighter. All right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me that one, actually. 14 on the dice for Jed to do damage to the fighter.
Jed, no.
Not enough as Jed swings his sword that just bounces off the chainmail of the guy standing in front of him.
Like vibrating rubber sword.
Yeah. Oh, you hear like the xylophone noise of his bones shaking as the sword flies into the air a little bit there.
No, please.
And with that is going to the cleric's turn.
I hate when it's the cleric's turn.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gonna move up with the ranger. Let's see, what goodies can I use for the cleric here?
Holy moly, Ames sent a manifesting. That is what we need right now. Thank you so much, Ames. This will go into my next bow shot, which will be lethal. I swear it.
The cleric is also going to do what the ranger did and take a look around, see if he can find you, figure out where you are. He's gonna go ahead and he also gets a +5 to perception. So you roll a 20 unnatural,
yes,
which means he has to get a 15 or higher on the dice. That is a 3.
No good. I'm a stealthy little goblin, loyal to my queen.
Can't figure out where the goblet is. That is fine. We move on to the fighter's turn. Standing in front of Jed.
Surely he's gonna miss. Right? He recognizes Jed's just a little guy.
So.
It's just a little guy.
Jed's dead. No, he's doing fine.
Board Ghost, can we cut the music for a second?
Serious time.
Cut music.
Jed has an armor class of 13.
Okay.
Which means 13 or higher, damage is dealt to Jed.
Yes.
He has 3 hit points remaining, meaning if this attack hits, Jed goes down.
Okay.
The fighter gets a +5 to this roll.
Okay.
Meaning, if there is an 8 or higher on this dice, Jed dies.
Again? We just got him back.
And he cannot even throw a quinceañera in memory for his daughter.
I know, he still needs to find his daughter for the quinceanera. They've been waiting 200 years for him to return.
So let's see. 8 or higher. And with that, the final sword from the fighter comes down as you see a scattering of bones smash against the back wall. And Jed is no more.
Oh, Jed. Unfortunate. I really liked him in the short time we had together.
He's good.
He had some funny quips, like, gotta get my daughter's quinceanera. His catchphrase.
He's going to the big quinceañera in the sky now.
I mean, that's probably where his daughter is.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy he didn't meet her there.
Yeah, maybe she doesn't like him. Maybe he's a bad father.
Or maybe she went.
Oh.
Anyway, back at the top of the turn order, it is your turn.
No, not Jed! Let's see, do I have eyeline here or do I have to move?
You have eyeline.
Okay. I am going to shoot this rapscallion, who should be dead by now, in the back with my bow, sneak attack, or advantage because he doesn't see me, utilizing my sneak attack. That's a 9, my second roll. 10 plus 7, 17 to hit.
17 to hit. does in fact hit.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay. D6 of damage from the bow, +4. 5, +4, 9, plus an additional D6 for sneak attack damage. 9 plus 6, max damage roll. That is going to be 15 to take this MFer out.
15 is more than enough to take out the fighter as he falls to the ground, sword clattering away down on the ground.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Okay. So that does reveal my position. So I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then I am going to knock this guy down to show he's dead.
Yay!
I'm going to use my bonus action, cunning action, in order to hide.
All right, go and make a stealth check.
Stealth check. That is a 9. 9 plus 10, 19. Not bad, not bad.
Okay, all right. Moving on, that is your turn.
Ames is manifesting, guided my bolt into this guy to kill Jed.
All right, Ranger's turn. The Ranger's gonna move up 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get a good vantage point around these 4 pillars here, because he just knows you darted off in this direction. And instead of looking, he is going to he's going to pull out the bow, hold it in kind of like a waiting position, and he is going to hold his action as he has the bowstring taut and ready, kind of looking around.
Oh, hold action's rough. Hold action's rough, okay.
And with that, we bring to the Cleric's turn. The Cleric is going to walk up and join him. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Make a perception check to see if they can find you. Whoop. Again, you rolled 19?
Yep.
Plus 5, 14 or higher this time.
Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
17!
Nope.
So, what happens is, as you're hiding behind the pillar, the Cleric is looking around, peering around, and all of a sudden it sees a glimmer of your goblin uniform as the Cleric points and shouts out, "There, over there, I see him behind the pillar!" The Ranger, with the arrow ready, looks to where the Cleric is pointing, lets the arrow fly and go, and he's going to take a shot at Tom Gobble.
No, not Tom Gobble. He's too beloved a character. He can't die.
Ranger is a +7 to hit with the bow.
Okay, same plus as me. Nice.
And it is a 25 to hit you,
That hits.
which will pass.
That hits.
And it is going to do
Mark, lock in.
I'm locking in.
12 points of piercing damage as the arrow flies through and hits a weak point in your armor. Shink! And you feel a little bit of that warm ichor kind of drip down out of like your chest area.
Okay, that hurts a lot. That hurts a lot. What is, how much damage did you say?
12.
12. I was at 41. Quick math, I'm at 29.
29.
29, that hurts. That hurts a lot.
And with that, that is the Cleric's turn. Fighter is dead. Back to you, Martin, at the top of the turn order. You are no longer stealthed.
I'm no longer stealthed. I have a question.
Yes.
Did I misread how sneak attack works? Am I supposed to be doing 3d6 extra instead of 1d6?
It depends on your level, so potentially.
Level 5.
Yeah, I think so. Almost definitely.
Okay.
Almost definitely, yeah. Actually,
Tom Goblin's gonna remember he's much tougher than he thought he was.
almost definitely. Hold on, I'll tell you how many for sure.
He's gonna be like, "Oh, brother, I'm mad now. I just remembered how much damage I can deal." I've never,
Yeah, 3d6 actually. 3d6.
I've never played a rogue before, brother. He turns into Hulk Hogan.
What's going on there, Tom? What's going on?
He went from the nerdy, more nasally voice to full Hulk Hogan in this moment. Okay. Well, I didn't.
Mathematics, brother.
Mathematics, brother. My arm, the one with the ring. I do have the jump ring so far. Ooh. I could. What does jump do again?
So jump. Let me get the spell up for you. So It lasts for a minute, and your jump distance is tripled.
My jump distance is tripled.
Yep.
Okay, and I can jump equal to what, half my move? Oh, it's my strength modifier.
It's your strength modifier. Jump distance.
So I wonder if I can just make it to the queen without to use up my bonus action. But I give the action to give her the potion.
Unfortunately, it does still count as movement speed, jumping.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Huh. Yeah. Okay, so I can't make it to the queen. I'm just gonna try to take him out. I'm so mad and angry, and I realize I can be doing more damage than I thought. I'm gonna use my movement 5, 10. I'm going to cunning action, use my bonus action to attempt to hide once again.
Okay.
Where'd the dice go? Corey's camera gets turned off.
No!
19, that was almost a 1. That was
Stealth.
almost a 1, but that is a 29 for stealth. Okay, and I'm gonna peek out and I'm gonna aim at this pesky little healing cleric who's been such a nuisance.
Of
And I'm
course.
going to fire my bow at them.
With advantage, because you're stealthed up, they didn't see you. They don't know which side of the pillar you're coming out from. They're not prepared.
With advantage, let's see, I take the higher dice roll. That is 7 plus 7, 14.
14 will
Please be enough.
just miss.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so bad.
It will just
That's
miss.
so bad.
It will just miss.
Crap.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Ooh. This might be the end of Tom Gobble. That's everything. I guess I have more movement. I went 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'll make it to here. That's the best I can do.
All right, perfect. With that,
Jed could have lived if Tom only knew his own strength. I know. It's a shame. Jed!
let me think.
Mark should play rogues more often. That was Jed's final words.
I agree with Jed on that one. We're gonna go
I like magic. What can I say?
5, 10, 15 on the ranger. The ranger is gonna get a shot at you. It gets a +7 to hit. 13?
That misses.
All right!
Everything's coming up, Tom Gobble.
13 misses. That's the ranger's turn. Can't really do anything else. Going to the cleric. The cleric is going to...
If he revives that fallen fighter, I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna throw a bomb.
Let's do this. Cleric is going to...
This game does seem to set up a person in my position, having kicked bones in the past, for failure.
20. It's gonna move there, and the cleric is going to he's gonna summon some radiant holy energy in between her hands, and he's gonna fling it straight for you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm dexterous. I'm very dexterous.
So this is essentially something is being thrown at Mark, and instead of rolling to hit, he's rolling to see if he can dodge it.
I have a +4 to dexterity. Let's see how I do. Ooh, 7's not good. 7 plus 4.
Dex save,
Oh, dex save. Oh, so I get +7. So that's +7, 14.
which I believe is enough to pass the save.
Woo, let's go.
So success, you watch as they well up with this radiant energy in their hands and throw it at you with immense force as burning like radiant holy fireball flying towards you. You skirt out of the way of it just in time as it connects on the back wall. This bright white fire burning up into the sky. Skirt. That is the cleric's turn. Moving back down to the top of the turn order. Back to Mark.
Back to me. Okay. All right. The cleric's at least now separated from this guy. That's good. This guy probably deals more damage than the cleric. He might be the issue. So I am going to. Let's see. How do I want to do this? I give away my position if I fire, which is a pain, but I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. I'm going to use my bonus action with cunning action to attempt to hide, to get away from them. It's going to be 18 plus 10, 28.
You're hidden.
28, and now that I'm hitting, I'm gonna immediately ruin. So I was here, it's 2 squares away. 5, 10, 15, 20. Let's do 25, 30. And I am going to fire off at this guy, now that I created a bit of separation from the cleric.
And you're hitting your advantage. So Mark ducking and dodging between the pillars, hiding for covers, jumping into every shadow he sees to stay hidden. They're expecting him. They're used to him going behind a pillar and then popping back out exactly where he does, tricking them this time, doing what they should expect. Mark jumps into another shadow, pulls up the bow, lets the arrow fly towards the ranger.
With more strength than before. Oh,
Okay.
That's looking good. That's looking good. All right, that's a 16 plus 7. That is 23 to hit.
That hits!
Wonderful.
With sneak attack damage, so an extra 3d6 as the arrow finds purchase in the back of the ranger trying to look for Mark.
Okay, all right. So the initial bow damage is 1d6 plus 4. Is that max roll? 6 plus 4, 10 damage off the bat. Now I'm going to add 3d6, not one this time, not 1, 3d6 to this. So 6, another max roll. Oh my god. Can I get another 4? That's fine. Adding 10 plus the third 4, 14. Adds my initial 10. That is 24 damage. And I'm going to use my final use of Fury of the Small to do one more d6 added to the 24 damage I'm already dealing.
Wait. No. Let it go. Let it land.
5. 29 damage to this guy.
So I was gonna have you, when you roll that d6, there is a number on that d6 that is enough to kill it. So I was going to tee you up and say, unfortunately we didn't get a chance.
I'm sorry, I went too fast.
No.
I was too excited.
No. Before you rolled that d6, the number of health he had remaining was 3. Meaning that is enough to take out the ranger in a single shot.
Let's go. You do not mess with Tom Gobble.
Yeah, Tom!
You do not mess with Tom Gobble's queen either.
You leave my queen alone!
Leave my queen alone.
Alright, Tom Gobble!
Let's go!
That's your movement. The ranger has been taken down. Is there anything else, or is that your turn?
That's everything. That's everything for me. I don't have anything left.
Moving on to the cleric.
Man, rogues are kind of crazy.
They do be kind of crazy. Man, moving on to the cleric. The cleric, seeing each ally fall one after the other till it is the only one remaining, knows that it has to summon its strength. It comes over here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Not able to get within range of you this turn, but it does not matter as the ranger grabs hold of her holy symbol. You watch this radiant energy start to coalesce in front of you.
Gulp.
As, what do I want to use for this? Let's use a white one of these. As this spiritual holy mace forms directly in front of you out of this spectral golden energy that you can feel the warmth radiating off of you as it forms mid-swing at you.
Oh no! It just summoned a spiritual weapon from beyond.
From beyond the grave.
From beyond the grave.
And plus 5 to hit.
Oh, I got to dice.
23 damage, or 23 to hit, not 23 damage. It's okay, you're good.
Yeah, 23 hits.
23 to hit as the spiritual mace forming mid-swing connects perches with Tom Gobble, dealing. What is that? 9 points of radiant damage as it bounces off Tom Gobble's chest, dealing that radiant damage on impact. This explosion of holy light it comes out.
I am at 20 health remaining as I get blasted by this holy weapon.
That is the cleric's turn. Time Gobble comes back to you.
It comes back to me. Okay, I think it's about time. I'm starting to get a little bit nervous. There's only one left. I am going to use my bonus action to pull out the potion of greater healing, and I will consume it myself. I really don't think it's going to have an effect on the undead Lich Queen.
4d4 plus 4.
4d4. Oh, it's 4d4 plus 4.
4d4 plus 4. Not
Okay.
44.
Not 44.
4d4.
So for this to be worth it, I need to outpace the damage that's being dealt to me. So I am hoping that this is the case. 4d4 plus 4. So that's going to be, 1. 3, so I'm at 4. That is 3, so I'm at 7. And another 3, 10, plus 4, 14 is what I'm healing.
14 back.
Going back to 34 health. 34 health, not bad. That was my bonus action. My bonus action to do that, I'm going to use my action to shoot that guy with a bow.
Shoot him with a bow.
Shoot him with a bow.
Shoot him with a bow. Chugging the potion, slamming it down, grabbing the bow and arrow. Again, in our game, I like to let potions be drank as a bonus action instead of a full action, especially when you're on your own here. So let's go for it.
All right, so this is a normal roll, no sneak attack bonus. That's not going to be great. That's going to be 11 to hit.
11 to hit is a miss.
Is a miss.
As the arrow whizzes past the cleric, just like scrambling to throw the potion down and let the arrow fly. Too quick that you're trying this. You're not able to aim perfectly as the arrow whizzes by, making it back. You got something you want to do?
Nope, that's it from me.
Making it back to the cleric's turn. The cleric.
Curiosity, does this weapon count as an enemy?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I can use my reaction to skirmish move on its turn, so I won't worry about it right now.
It does, and technically you should have had disadvantage on that attack because it does count as an enemy, but that's okay. We're not going to worry about that.
Okay. I'll just remember skirmish move for next time and we'll apply disadvantage in the future.
Yes. The cleric is going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to right up here.
Gulp.
And the cleric, seeing that its friends are dead and it is the last one remaining, is going to... First, it's going to have the spiritual weapon swing, so the holy axe bounced off of you and it goes, holy mace bounces off of you and goes to swing again. Is a 15 to hit?
That's my armor class. Oh, that's my armor class. Meets it, beats it, as they say.
Only dealing 4 points of holy damage.
Okay, that's acceptable. I'm still at 30. That is some healthy life total.
Healthy life total, 4 points of holy damage. And as this mace swings and just barely nicks you with this radiant fire that it's made up of, the cleric running forward, kind of obscured, you don't see her at first as the mace comes in, but as it moves away, you see she is now right up on top of you, hand reaching out to you, as she just growls and says, "We were done and you stepped in to stop us? I think not!" As she goes to put her hand onto you as you feel this necrotic energy radiating off this cleric's hand.
Oh no. Oh no, she's going dark mode.
This will be very bad if it hits you.
Okay, noted.
It gets a +5 to hit.
Oh, noted.
She can only do this once this combat.
Uh-huh.
So you really want this one to miss.
Okay, I'm praying for this to miss.
So your armor class is 15?
My armor class is 15, yes.
So 10 or higher, this connects. 9 or lower, it misses.
So I'm really hoping for a 9 or lower on this dice right here.
Really hoping for a 9 or lower.
Hoping for a 9 or lower. Oh, no, it bounced off the 1.
It bounced off the 7 to a 15.
Or the 7, yeah.
As this cleric reaches out and inflicts you with wounds, it is going to do...
Now I still have my reaction. Can I...
16 points of necrotic damage.
16 points.
Yes. As you feel the life force drained out of your body, parts of your skin shrivel up and crack to create wounds along the length of your arms and your legs and your chest.
Oh, that's pretty bad.
You have your reaction if you
I
want to
do
do
have
something.
my reaction, but I kind of want to use it for the skirmish movement. I hate doing this. I'm just gonna take the 16 though.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the 16 damage. That hurts so much as I go to 14 life remaining.
14 life
Come on,
remaining.
Tom Gobble. Does it have any additional effects?
No,
Okay.
just 16 damage.
Oh, I'm really scared of this.
With that is the cleric's turn. It is your turn.
On the end of their turn, I would like to use my reaction to use my skirmisher ability.
Okay.
Which allows me to move half of my movement speed.
Okay.
So 15 feet.
Without invoking opportunity attacks.
Yes, no opportunity attacks.
So normally when you move away from a creature for chat, when you move away from the creature that is you're standing next to, it can take a swing at you unless you disengage, and by doing this he is disengaging with it, meaning they don't get a swing.
Yes. So I'm gonna
This is
move
Dungeons and Dragons, Lola.
5, 10, 15 to here before my turn starts.
Okay.
Okay. So on my turn now, I guess the first thing I'm going to do is bonus action attempt to hide.
Okay. Stealth up.
Stealth up. Go back to the dice cam. No, not now. Not now. Please, not now. Why? Why now?
So.
That's so fucking bad. I mean, heckin'.
No. That's so darn tootin' bad.
So darn tootin' bad.
I'm a nice DM. Some DMs, when you roll natural ones, will make things terrible, awful, everything comes crazy. On skill checks, for me, when it's a natural one, it's just an automatic failure.
Okay.
So no modifiers can save you.
Yeah.
So this is just a failure. So you do not successfully hide.
Okay. Well, then I'll make a normal. Let's see. Actually. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I could just dash to try to get out of range of this thing and recoup and hide a little later. I wonder if that's my best course of action. I don't know how much health this cleric has. The cleric hasn't been hit once, has it?
No.
I'm going to just pray that the astral weapon can't catch up to me that easy. And I am going to shoot at the cleric with my bow with no advantage, just a normal bow hit.
Okay. See what you got.
12 plus 7, that is going to be 15 to hit.
That is enough to hit the cleric.
Or sorry, 19 to hit. Bad math.
Even better.
Okay. Just normal damage here. That is, max damage roll. 6 plus 4, 10 damage to the cleric.
10 damage to the cleric.
Wonderful. And now I can use the rest of my movement and go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna move way back to here, just trying to create that distance.
So, Tom Gobble, getting pelted on by the cleric and her holy magic, darts out of the way at the last second, runs away, tries to hide, but the blinding light of this holy mace is making it impossible to find any shadows to hide within. So instead, you take one clean shot at the cleric that finds perches in between weak spots in her armor. As she winces with pain, you take the opportunity to dash as far away as possible, trying to find some sort of cover, enough distance in between the two of you so that the mace can stop swinging on you and dealing so much damage.
Yes.
That is your turn. Goes to the cleric's turn. The mace is going to move. 5, 10, 15, 20. And that's all the mace can move.
Thank goodness, I was really worried it could move more. I was really worried it could move more than that. I want that thing far away from me. Use the mustard. Okay.
Mustard. And the cleric is going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, right to here. Bam. cleric again winds up the radiant holy fire in between her two hands, pours it together, sees you fully and hucks it as hard as she can towards your direction. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I'm good at these. I'm good at dexterity. I get a +4 or +7 because it's a saving throw. 19 plus 7, a lot. 26.
26. That is a success.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, it missed me.
As the radiant bolt, you can feel the heat of it fly past your face, connecting with the wall directly behind you. You can feel some of those embers lick against the back of your nape and your neck there as it collides with the stone. Marcus, back to your turn.
It's back to me. Okay. All right. Let's try to. Hold on. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Can move to here. 5, 10, 15, 20. The sword would be able to reach me if it moved perfect diagonal if I moved like that. Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20. It can catch me if I don't move. 5, 10, 5, 10, 15. Am I able to hide from here? And do I still have line of sight if I'm on this square?
You wouldn't be hiding behind anything. They'd have direct line of sight on you, so I wouldn't let you take the stealth action there.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna have to lose a little bit of movement, but that's okay. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Okay.
I will move all the way to here, and now I will attempt to use the hide action since I'm out of their line of sight.
Yep. Or at the very least, you're obscured.
Yes, I'm using bonus action as a cunning action to hide. Oops, that removed the dice cam. 6 plus 10, 16.
So,
Does that not beat their passive?
in order to be stealth, you have to beat their passive perception. It has to be higher than it.
Yes.
Their passive perception, the cleric's, is 15.
Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
So 6 plus 10, 16 is just good enough.
Okay, I use 20 movement to get here.
Yep.
I'll use 25 to step back out and fire with advantage over at the cleric using
Let the
my
arrow
sneak
fly.
attack. Let the arrow fly with advantage. Let's make it good. 15 was the first roll. Come on, give me a 20. Sorry, 15's the second roll. 15 plus 7 is going to be 22. 22 to hit.
22 hits, and that is sneak attack damage.
All right, chat, we really need these to be high rolls. We need to make this count. I am on my last legs here. I get the normal bow damage, which is 1d6 plus 4, so let's do that first. 5 plus 4 is 9. 9 points of damage. Now I get 3 additional d6 for sneak attack. So this is going to be 9 plus 1, 10. Second one, 10 plus 5, 15. And my last roll, 5 plus 6. Max roll, 15 plus 6, 21 damage is what I'm dealing to the cleric's face.
On the back of this board, or my initiative order board, I wrote the remaining health of the cleric. How much did you just do?
21.
You did 21 points of damage, so you have to have dealt more than what I've written on the back of this board for the cleric to die and to not go into another round of combat.
This number needs to be lower than 21, please.
16.
Yes! Yes, that is a success! Tom Gobble stays winning!
And Mark, as your arrow comes, the cleric looking around, the radiant energy illuminating, quickly glancing around to figure out where you have gone. Your arrow makes purchase out of the blow, flying. Mark, how does it look as the cleric falls to the ground dead?
I whisper into the shot. Kelsey Weasel sends 3 scarabs, gemstones, a heart, me, and a go popular as the arrow hits them straight through the skull.
And with the support of the Vedivactors beyond the void, the power behind this arrow is enough to pierce clean through the cleric as they fall to the ground.
And Bunny May sends 5 GGs.
And with you saying that, the mace evaporates.
I'll shout, my queen! My queen! I will run up to try to assist her.
As she's like there, dazed and out of it, Mark, you see on the ground, in between you and the queen, this clay jar about this big around in my hands, with the front of it painted that symbol that you've seen a couple times so far of the open skull and the dark magic that flows around it.
What if I just punted the jar?
This is what the fighter was carrying.
This belongs to my queen. I don't even know if I want to touch it. Like,
I mean, you want to make an Arcana check?
Sure. I'll make an Arcana check on it. Let's see. What is my Arcana? It's just a 0. Natural 20. Natural 20! When Tom Gobble needs to get it done. That's hilarious.
This very well might be the last roll of the night.
We started at the bottom, now we're here.
Mark, you know what this is. This is the Lich's phylactery. When Liches ascend to this level of Archmage with power over the undeath and undying, they have to transfer their soul into an item in order to give them this eternal life. And anyone who has the phylactery, if the Lich is hurt and damaged enough, they can destroy the phylactery to permanently kill the Lich, or whoever holds on to the phylactery can then control the Lich. And you see on the ground in front of you is the phylactery of the Lich Queen that the adventurers were about to smash and kill her once and for all.
Can control the Lich, you say?
It could, yes.
This could be a Tom Gobble dungeon.
This could be a shadow Tom Goblin puppet organization, yes.
Well, my 20 Arcana check. I mean, I lost the diamond earlier.
This is our 20 Arcana. Nobody really knows how to control these things, and especially not a goblin, but you have spent a lot of time looking after the Lich Queen.
I had to make the decision. Is my loyalty to the Lich Queen, who I've been fighting for this entire time, greater than my lust for power?
It's up to you, Tom Goblin. It's up to you.
I don't know. I may have to defer to the voices that have been in my head this entire session.
Do it to a poll!
Speaking to me from beyond.
You're gonna make it a poll!
We may have to put this to a poll. Does Tom Goblin restore the Lich to her former power, or take the power for himself? What are we doing? Board Ghost, are you able to set up a poll?
Yeah, let me do...
Instant promotion. Are we going to give it back to the Witch Queen, or take it for ourselves? Does it need a hashtag?
Honorary mustard,
Yes.
too.
Okay, this is going to need a hashtag. Chat, it is your time to vote. How will this story end? You got us this far. It was your items, your health potion, your help from Jep that let me get this far. And now it is time for you to decide. Type hashtag give in chat if we are going to give the phylactery back to the Lich Queen, returning her to her former glory. Vote hashtag take if Tom Gobble is going to keep it for himself, becoming the new Shadow Ruler. Right now, Give is in the lead. Give is in the lead. Take is only shortly behind, though. But all platforms can vote. Hashtag Give or hashtag Take. Give is in the lead.
It's a close vote. Oh,
it's a tie now.
Oh
It is a
my
tie.
God! It is anyone's vote. Mustard's not in the poll, guys.
Yeah, Mustard's not in the poll. We're seeing
Spiritually.
Wow, it is neck and neck. Both have 11 votes. Tom Gobble is very conflicted in this moment.
Oh my God!
Whoa.
It is perfectly tied.
This is perfectly tied. Hold on. I'm gonna switch to just chatting so you can actually see the poll yourselves. It is neck and neck. Oh my God, we need a resolution. Whoever takes the lead now. The votes can't stop there. It can't stop perfectly even.
One more. So, if there's somebody who hasn't voted yet, oh, there it is.
Okay, there it is. We're cutting it. Tom Gobble is staying loyal, staying true. And he goes, my queen, please, this belongs to you. Keep it safe away from the intruders and continue to run this dungeon as you've done for centuries before and will do for centuries more.
Yeah, all right. Sounds good. No, she takes. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. You were so excited. She takes the phylactery. She looks up at Tom Gobble, proud, puts it behind her. She goes, thank you, Tom Gobble. You have been a loyal Goblin Guard number 420 this day.
Thank you, my queen.
And for that, I think a promotion is in order. What do you think, Vice President of Sharpening Spikes?
This is the greatest day of my life!
And with that, chat, that is the end of the parable of Tom Gobble, saving the Witch Queen, driving the adventurers out, and getting me promoted to Vice President of Stick Sharpening.
Ocean Man playing as I freeze frame, jumping up in absolute glory. Holy moly!
Holy!
Beth, thank you for the heart, me and the Go Popular. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for everything today.
Yeah, for watching along, playing along with this, giving the gifts. I would not have survived that combat without Jed and without that potion of greater healing. So thank you all so much. We only got those because of you achieving the Scarab goals and us getting the spin of the wheel and the YouTube Super Chat goals.
Sure.
Holy, I hope you guys had fun with that.
I hope it was good.
It was something different. I had a lot of fun with it.
Might do it again in the future. It seemed like people really enjoyed it.
Justice for Jed. Corey, I'm going to let you close out. We started this stream with you sitting here alone on this cursed Wednesday, where I was banished instead of you.
Yes.
My animals desperately need food, as you've heard them fighting in the background.
Yes.
I'm going to let you close out.
Perfect. I do have something to say.
Thank you all so much.
Chat! Wow, that was so much fun. Hey, guys, well, thank you, Swamp Mustard, for the $1.99. I think that's corn, but I'm going to pretend for your sake that is 199 mustards. Thank you so much. Chat, if you missed any of that and you want to get caught up in the whole thing, the VOD is going to be on our YouTube, so you can watch the whole adventure from start to finish. Do not worry, that will be available, youtube.com/boardgamerslive. The VOD's also on Twitch, too. So, I will not be here tomorrow because I was here today. I believe Morgan, our good friend Morgan, is going to be back tomorrow with Mark. Very fun, very awesome, very cool. She is going to be girl bossing over here on TikTok and YouTube and Twitch for you guys. I'm so excited. I will be gone. Man, yeah, check the VOD on the YouTube. I love you guys. I really want to learn how to play D&D. Tyler, we described some of the rules towards the beginning. We kind of petered off towards the end, describing less and less. So if you want to go check the beginning of the VOD, hopefully that helps. If not, trust me, there are some plenty of really easy resources to find online. I promise you. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's just a story being told. You don't need to know the rules that much. Yeah. Have fun and smile time, Kelsey. Bye, guys. Bye. It's kind of awkward. It doesn't end instantly, so I just gotta keep waving. Bye, 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 bye.